Hey everyone, this is Southern Fried Chat again. I'm here with BasedGod. He has been in SPX since the beginning, a true OG, and I'm very happy that you're here, and I know other people are as well.
What's
Do you-
up?
What's up? Can you give me some your crypto background prior to SPX?
Yeah, so I've kind of been around crypto since 2017. Um, like I remember all the ICOs back then. I wasn't too involved. I kind of just round tripped everything. Like
It happens.
I bought some Bitcoin, bought some VeChain, IOTA,
Okay.
and yeah, just did not time anything properly and just kind of round tripped every single thing. I mean, it was senior year of college, so I've always been more into equities and stocks.
Hmm.
So that was like more my focus. So, you know, crypto's funny like that, especially back then when everything kind of went vertical, kind of aligned with the cycle.
Typical, yeah.
You don't really see it coming. And if you're not paying attention, you think you're a genius, but you're not.
Right.
You know, my first introduction to crypto, like really before that was 2011,
Mm.
2012.
Wow, that's way early.
Yeah. I used to have like 100 plus Bitcoin at some point.
That would mean you're in high school, right? Based
Yeah.
on wow,
Yeah. I mean, I won't explain why.
I kind of
So
got a guess, but
But I feel like that's how a lot of people got introduced to crypto.
right,
That's why it's funny when you look at CT, right? Like the character, like the character placement of everybody. You kind of have this wide spectrum of people, and you can
right.
kind of tell when did you get into crypto based on your personality. You know Bob Black's got into crypto in 2012. It's pretty obvious, right?
Yeah,
And the NFT guys got it in 2021.
yeah, right. Um, well, so
But yeah, so that's still kind of my background with it. Um,
did you play in the meme coins prior to SPX? Like this cycle's meme coins?
this cycle's main
Yeah, like
points.
Pepe, or did you get into any of those? Or
No, so I didn't really wasn't really involved with Pepe. I did get into Ticker Bitcoin.
okay,
That was like my introduction into not introduction into memes. I mean, I was more of a leverage perps trader. I mean, going back to my background in crypto, that's primarily what I did. Was leverage and perps trading. A big part of that too is because I worked for different funds and stocks, and it kind of
gotcha,
became difficult to trade. Like you can buy and hold stocks on a certain time frame, but trading in and out becomes kind of difficult because it's a complex conflict of interest with compliance when you're on the buy side. Um, so that's kind of how I got more and more into crypto because it was just
gotcha,
tradable for me.
gotcha. Well, what got you into to to so early into SPX? What got you into it?
Well, so Ticker Bitcoin was my introduction into meme coins. That was the first one that ever kind of really clicked for me.
Okay,
It was just so absurd and different. It wasn't just like tokenization of like some meme on the internet.
right,
Um, and that's when I kind of started diving deeper into meme coins. When SPX came around, I was actually looking. I was kind of just on Dex Tools, scrolling through new pairs, and I saw SPX, I clicked on socials, went to the page, and I saw the dev video. And back then, if you don't remember, like to have content like that was a pretty big deal.
right.
I mean, there was a ton of shit coins. It was pretty, crowded, but a lot of them were complete, not a lot of effort, really low effort.
Yep,
And then to see that video, it just clicked in my head. That and then the ticker SPX. And being more involved in TradFi, the stock market theme,
yep.
like immediately kind of clicked for me. I don't know what it was, but when I saw SPX, I just immediately bought it.
Oh, that's awesome. So the stock market theme is what hooked you. The dev video is the one that's on the website currently, right? Where it's like
Yeah.
Marie Rose, and yeah, I like that one a lot. It's good. Um, And back then too, there wasn't AI tooling as much. I mean, now to make a bunch of videos is pretty easy because AI could do a lot of that. They're usually not very good, but you can kind of fake it a bit more now, effort wise. And you might trick some people into thinking you put effort into a project. But back
Mhm.
then, making a video like that, I guess, would have been a something. It showed effort.
Yeah, it showed effort in it. I don't know. There's just something about that video, even with the new ones that come out. And I mean, they're amazing. The content creator universe the SPX is unbelievable, and we can talk a little bit about that later.
Right.
But there's something about that original video that just hits.
Yeah, it's a good one for sure.
Yeah, the combination between stock market, kind of like Asian vibes, and then anime, and then the trader pit. It just I don't know. The combination of everything
So,
is just genius.
so the stock market vibe got you more than the girl is cute theme.
Definitely, definitely for me.
Gotcha. There's a lot of people who definitely early people I feel like who identify more. At least it seems to identify more with the girl is cute thing. At least
A
that's
lot of
how.
them do, yeah.
Yeah. So you're kind of. I feel like you're different. For me, it was for me. Well, to be totally frank, I'm one of the Murad Moon Boys, if you want to call it that, who got in right when he mentioned it. So that's my initial reason why I got in.
I
But
mean, you've been through a 90% drawdown, man. You're an SPX OG now.
okay, well, I mean, I'm just saying that was my initial interest. Oh, the guy who's making this list put his number one, so that was my
Yeah.
initial interest because I was following him at that point. I'd been following him since like May of 24. But anyways, um, yeah, what got me continued to be interested in it, and what made me realize it is it was the ethos for me. I think more than anything else, the stop trading, don't believe in something, those there is a chart, that stuff like that meant that to me seemed like if people, even though I know people don't necessarily abide by it religiously or anything, but the fact that that's what we're trying to instill into people, I think is a good message for making people hold.
No, definitely. Um, I remember that kind of happened after the dev rugs. So, like when I bought, it was originally the stock market thing that appealed to me.
Yeah.
Um, and then when I went into the Telegram, a few things happened. One, it was the most entertaining like TG shitcoin TG I've ever been in, and everybody clicked immediately. It's like everybody in there was friends. It wasn't that kind of where's dev conversation.
Oh God, yeah.
Everyone just like
Hmm.
from the start, everyone just kind of vibed. It was a really good vibe.
Yeah.
We were meeting like Rare Drops, Idea, Cold, um, Nicole, like a bunch of people, and I don't know. Just from that moment, I'm like, this is not. This is like more than just. This isn't just a shitcoin. And when I'm telling you this is like 80K market cap, like day two. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then I remember we started moving up to like 160, which for a bear market was like a big deal. And someone from another community, I won't name who and what community, they were kind of getting threatened by it, so they bought up a lot of the supply and stacked it.
Hmm.
They're trying to kill SPX.
Hmm.
Um, and at the time, there was this character named Kenjet, and Kenjet was like, "I told you guys to sell. You guys are all retarded. You're dumb." And we're like, "Kill Kenjet." Kill Kenjet. And Kenjet's like, "I'm gonna win, man. It's literally at zero and it's going to zero." And then from that point on, at almost like 40K, like we went to 160, dropped all the way down to like 40K or
Yeah.
something like that. Kenjit's like bragging about how he knows everything and it's over, and it just T-wops, it takes off to 6 million, which is like unheard of in the bear market, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy in the bear market. So then
Well,
everyone's like
especially back
spamming,
then,
like
there weren't like runners. I feel like the runners now are just whenever it's it was yeah right. That was crazy. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, and everybody started banding together, being like, Kenjit sold, Ken's wife is max bidding, and it was just like a really good, I don't know, it's just a great feeling. It's a great feeling of just like community togetherness, and like I don't know, I think Ken was a pretty important part of the story that doesn't really get talked about because if you didn't really rally around Ken, that specific situation, I don't know if the original starts of the community like really bonding together like would have been as strong as it was that early.
Right.
Which is really important, you know, for later on.
So Ken was like a bad guy, I guess, that y'all
Yeah, he
rallied
was
around. Mm-hmm.
like you know, Among Us talked about like SPX has always had like that thing or person to overcome.
Mm-hmm.
Like Ken was like the first one. Like Ken, he was like that funny character who's just like you know doing TA on a 40K market cap point, being like down onwards pointing arrow, and then it just takes off, and he's so mad and butthurt on the timeline. And then you know everybody's like coming together over the fact that like he he's just so mad about it going up because he sold.
Okay, where is he at now? I mean, I feel like
I know what a county is. I'm not going to say who it
yeah,
is,
sure, but
but
I don't know. I feel like I would quit by then.
no,
Where it's gone.
he's good. He still like talks smack on SPX to this day from his normal account.
I guess at that point you kind of have to. You just
Yeah,
you're stuck in that role.
yeah,
Oh man, that's crazy.
yep. And I
So
remember on the way up, the dev actually to flip the stock market did come from the dev.
right, okay,
Yeah, the dev wrote like we're going to flip the stock market, and everyone's like that sounds pretty sick. All right,
okay,
let's do it.
okay. So you got in what you said day two? Is that what you told me?
Yeah.
So what was it? When did the dev rug? I know there was like it was like a dev rug at the beginning, but like when exactly was that? You do you remember?
So I'm looking at the chart now, non-existent, just to tell the story of it. So I know what happened at every point.
Yeah.
It was around August like 23rd ish.
And when did it launch
There,
again? When did we launch again? I can't remember.
August 17th or 16th.
So just like a week later.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I actually went to Italy for a friend, you know, for vacation slash a friend's wedding on August 18th. So like literally, I took a flight. Um, was like hanging out in Italy, and then randomly I woke up and SPX just dropped after the dev rug socials. It kind of dropped to like it handled the 1.3 million from 6 million.
So that first week was wild then.
Yeah,
Let's see.
yeah. That first like 2 week period was pretty crazy,
Yep. Yep.
and it was really confusing because the dev burned 6.9% of supply,
Yeah.
which was pretty bullish. Um, and then they put 5 ETH into the LP, 5 more ETH into the LP, and then locked it for 69 years.
Yep.
And then randomly 3 days later, they just rubbed everything. So
So
from that's
okay,
why it
so
always from the beginning for me, it kind of feels like it's almost as if the dev didn't expect it to take off, or it was part of the plan, and
okay,
they kind of just
right.
rubbed it on purpose as an experiment to see like okay what would happen. Because like I mentioned, like it was not the community was from so early on. I'm not just saying it was like it was so different from anything I experienced to that point. I feel like there was something in the devs had to see like let's see if the community can take this. And this is at a time when like nobody would like TTOs didn't exist. Nobody would buy the community run team or run coin. If a coin didn't have a team, a
Right.
dev team, no one would buy it. It was an instant. Everyone assumed it would just go to zero.
Right.
So it was almost like I feel like it's a fun experiment to see like well if I could make this decentralized, let's see what they could do with it.
Right. So when they set up they burnt the supply, when was that?
That was on the run up to 6 million.
Okay, so that was like when it hit like $1 million market cap or something like that,
Yeah,
maybe.
I mean, if you look at the non-existent chart at the very beginning, you could see there's a clear like 80K to 6 million run, and like the dev was doing that as like incremental catalysts along the way to like keep the coin staying, keep things bullish. Something
Interesting.
people look forward to. That's what devs used to do back then
Yeah.
before pump fun. Like burning supply was bullish, locking supply was a catalyst,
Right.
renouncing the contract was a catalyst.
Right.
So those are all like just classic steps to show like we're really in this for the long haul, I guess.
Sure.
That's why it was so surprising when like not that long afterwards they just completely disappeared and rugged all the socials.
So I feel like there's two theories. I mean, one theory could be one question: do you not know if he sold at that point? I know he burnt some supply. We'll say 1 million market cap. Did he sell everything at 6 million, or is that known or not?
No, we don't. I mean, it was just the dev wallet. The dev wallet, the entire dev wallet was burned.
Oh, but he might have bought some of the other wallets or something like that.
Yeah,
So I
I
would.
think I think the dev is still like in SPX.
That's what you believe, okay?
Yeah, like he's just a member. Like no one really like you wouldn't know he's the dev. There, he or she is the dev.
So you don't think it's the idea that maybe he burnt the supply, maybe he had other wallets sitting around, he dumped at 6 million and walked away, truly walked away.
No,
You don't believe that, okay?
no, I truly believe. I think SPX. Because remember that if you frame it for the context um, of what things were like back then and not what they're like now.
Yeah,
Um, there were no CTOs. That wasn't even a thing. Communities were pretty GD. Like like you have like the people in there just have a question for the dev kind of people. And it was really rare to have a community as tight knit as like we've all become in such a fast amount of time.
yeah,
And it's all I personally think it was almost like an experiment where it's like, well, let's see if I just kind of walk away.
right. What
Like, will this
happens?
die or like will they be able to, take this somewhere?
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. It's a fun experiment. Let's see what happens.
Well, if your theory is right, that is essentially the story of Satoshi with Bitcoin. Now it happened took longer, like 2 years, but that would still it's basically what happened.
Yeah, that's I mean, that's kind of what I said on one of the first spaces I talked in. Like, that's what really made me stick around in SPX. It's because like I said before, my background in crypto, like I'm more of a perps trader, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
I've never really been the community person.
sure.
It's almost actually been a rule for me to never join a community, ironically, or get involved.
Especially one
But
called Stop Trading and Believe in Something. That's the
literally,
opposite of
right?
what you're like, a mechanical perps, whatever. So that's
Yeah.
interesting.
But in this case, like being able to try and help make something happen like together with everybody and like there's no one else, there's no reliance on anyone and it's just up to like us. That seemed like a very interesting like thing to do. I don't know. It seemed like a really interesting adventure to go on and something I've never really done before
Sure. I mean, it's a brand new thing, really. I mean,
at
there's
the time.
Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I mean, for yeah, and well, I still think it's kind of a brand new thing because I mean, even I know there are some coins that have done that as well, but today I can't think of a single. There's very few coins now that come out and do anything remotely like that. It's all like you said, pump fund shitters. I mean, I know there will be a coin in the future that does something. I don't know.
I think
It's rare.
coins
Is the
today they're
point?
kind of relying too much on platform help.
Yeah,
The,
it's
the
not
coins complain about like, hey, Bonk, why aren't you helping me on the Bonk ecosystem? It's like no one helped us, man.
right. That's what I'm
Like
saying. It's
saddlebags.
rare. It's rare.
Yeah, it's 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 okay. What do we do next? Like, and that's when Idea did the spaces right after the dev rugs. I woke up to that space. So the dev rug, quote unquote, like happened while I was sleeping. So I was in Italy at the time. And then I woke up, looked at my phone, and I see everybody panicking. And I'm like, what's going on? And, SPX is tanking.
Yeah.
And I go onto Twitter and Idea is just like doing a space.
Right.
And then I remember Idea saying like, well, we're not going to go anywhere. Like, let's just like why leave? Let's just keep like seeing. Let's just keep doing something. Let's keep this going.
See, that's why that theory that the idea is the dev keeps happening. That I've from Hype thought that, and Spacey thinks kind of thought that. They both kind of thought it.
I mean, he could be. He's a guy that would play like eight chess kind of game
Right.
where it's like I said I was the dev and he would immediately message me so I wouldn't think he's the dev. But that did happen, you know.
So what happened again? You messaged him.
So I mean, yeah. So like later on, we were just having conversations and like I was like, look, I got to tell you guys something. Like I'm the dev. And Idea messaged me in private and he's like, yo, are you being serious? Are you really the dev?
Well, that would make you think that he's not the dev then.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's why I don't think he's the dev.
Okay.
But I'm saying he would be the person to play eight game chess, and like that message is also part of the game,
Right.
part of the troll. But like, I don't think that's the case. I think he genuinely doesn't know who the dev is.
I always thought in my head that I don't know why I don't really have any insight into this at all, but for some reason I always thought Bap was the dev. I have no idea why I think that. I know that's not right, but I just always thought that.
I don't think. I mean, it's possible, but I don't think Bap's the dev either.
That's cool though. I mean, okay, that was another question I had written down. Do you think that's a good thing that we will probably never know?
Yeah, I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, I agree. It's
I mean,
kind
I
of
have
like
ideas of who
Satoshi.
it is, but I'm like, I'm never gonna say who I think.
Oh, so
Um,
you have other ideas?
yeah, I mean, I think I know,
Really?
but I'm not gonna say anything because what's the point? What's the point of like bringing like losing the fun
Right.
of not knowing who it is?
But can you prove it?
No, not hardcore proof.
Okay. Well, then it's just speculation.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you one of them. I mean, part of me, one thought was that Bob Lax was the dev.
Okay. I don't.
Both the reasons being is, that's not who I think it is, but that's one of my thoughts
Yeah. Why is
of who
that?
it could be. The reason is a couple weeks before SPX launched, he was like wearing a Marie Rose PFP. Like that was
Oh.
like it was like de facto PFP for a while.
Okay.
And then also the dev had to be a whale, Bob's whale. I mean, it was clear the dev like helped TU up the price 6 million. Like that doesn't just like happen. Like there was the dev like helped do that. On top of that, they burned a Lamborghini as their
Okay.
price
I'm
declined.
not familiar with Bob Lax. Who is that?
Oh, Bob Lax is well, he's in jail now.
Okay.
And,
Well, no worries then.
he's almost like the inventor of shitcoins. He like invented tax coins,
Okay.
and from tax coins came shitcoins.
Okay. Is he
I
on?
mean,
He's on.
he's a
Is he?
controversial figure.
Okay. Is he on X? I guess.
Yeah, he's on X.
I don't know. I've never heard of him.
I
Hmm.
could send you his profile.
Yeah. Do that. I'm curious.
But yeah, I mean, he's a
So
controversial
okay.
figure. He's had like some scams, and
Okay. So he was a big person prior to SPX. Like he's a well known.
yes,
Well, did
he's like
something?
deep. Yeah, he's deep in like crypto CT lore.
Well,
Yeah,
it's also the dev was inspired by that PFP. Maybe.
yeah, exactly.
So it could have been that way.
And then also he liked the SPX dev launched one more coin, and that coin's contract wasn't renounced and didn't have liquidity.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like when SPX was running, um, that coin magically got liquidity, renounced the contract, and he started pushing it.
Gotcha.
So it's like, okay,
Yeah.
did you not realize like you didn't know SPX take off that hard,
Yeah.
and now you're pushing the other coin you launched?
Right. Right. Yeah.
And also, I mean, there's a other couple other reasons too. Like
Yep.
when SPX was going through a very hard time,
Yeah.
um, in January, like when everyone went to Solana, that whole kind
Yeah.
of
Yeah. Yeah.
transition.
Hmm.
After after Eigen came out, all the ETH whales locked up their liquidity, and the rest of the liquidity got stolen by Solana. Really, but we had spaces every day, and Bob Lax like randomly came and joined our spaces for like a 2 month period. So it's almost like what I don't know. There's just he's had this affinity for SPX that's like odd for his character.
Hmm.
Like he kind of, I mean, at the time he was also trying to get sober, so it was like good for him because SPX bases were the only kind of things going on all the time.
Well, what's his PFP now?
I think it's just himself.
Is it a cartoon? It's like a real picture or a cartoon character?
Real picture.
Okay, I don't know who it is. I was thinking some other Bob. I think I'm thinking about blockchain Bob or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, no, it's not him.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Um. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Oh, so what's your other guess? I'm just curious.
That's the only one I'll say. I have another one, but I'm not going to mention it.
Okay, that's fair.
But idea knows them, so that I mean that's where the link can come into place.
Hmm. Interesting. But okay. Um. Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't come out. I prefer it not to be, but I mean, there's a lot of people who have good guesses for who Satoshi is as well. Very, I think, credible guesses. Um. So what I was going to ask though is, oh yeah, this brought up another question in my mind before I get back to my list. I've heard some FUD on the timeline before. I haven't heard it in a long time, but it was, I don't know if it was just total bullshit or what. It was called SPX 2.0. You know,
Yeah,
what is the deal with that? I knew it was not probably nonsense, but I just didn't really look into it.
dude, the website literally says all rights reserved 2024. That means they made it after after SPX existed.
Right. So it's just all bullshit.
It's just bullshit.
Gotcha. Okay. I looked. I was like, I don't feel like I didn't even look. I just saw it and ignored it. But it just popped in my head after we were talking about it.
Yeah.
Did you ever have any like serious doubts at the
About SPX?
yeah, in the early days?
Not. I mean, doubts and like in terms. I mean, I never imagined it. I never thought it would. Like what's happened was not in my like view.
Sure.
I didn't know it was going to go to a billion and plus. But I mean, there were doubts occasionally at times. So like, I'm just gonna look at the non-existent chart to tell the story. Like after the dev rug, like we had that was around August 28th, 29th. You can see the candle. And we had a sideways period for a while. That's where no chart came from. Um, because we didn't really want holders to just stop focusing on price, right? Like we were really
Yeah.
big on rating, attracting attention. Um, that was the main strategy. And there are a lot of different ways to do it. Like I did a lot of individual rating. I've
Sure.
honestly I found individual ratings good, focusing on small accounts because I also was a small account. And my
Right.
whole philosophy behind that was, look, if we're going to be ignored by like half these influencers because they won't buy something that's a quote unquote CTO, because I was voodoo back then. Um, I'd rather like get more and more people in the coin that will grow with the coin.
Right.
So like, I mean, attention's good, but we want people to grow with SPX.
Yeah.
Because growing with something means you're more attached to it. Um, your follower count grows with it. Your money grows with it. Like you become more attached with it. That's the kind of holder you want. So a big strategy of mine was rating like small accounts to get people to like join SPX.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then so once we kind of took off, that was a good time. I wasn't really paying attention till I was still in Italy for a bit, but around the first peak, I found it pretty obvious. We topped at that point. It was like 30 mil. It was putting in this pattern. That's a very obvious topping pattern. Um,
I think that's when
I didn't,
hype went all
and
in. I believe.
yeah,
That's what he told me.
I bought the top.
He told me about Dodd.
Yeah. Um, and then what? And macro, like not macro, but micro structure on chain. Blast launched. Iron Layer launched.
Yeah.
So a lot of the whales like were kind of rotating, like they're selling off like assets, on chain assets, to, like lock it up for staking. The worst decision you could have done, by the way, but they still did it. Um, and then at that point, when we started coming down, like I never really had doubts there, but my doubts grew in that 2023 range when Solana was really like kind of taking over. Um,
You mean 2024?
yeah, 2024. Sorry. I mean, I knew there's secret projects going on. I actually, even as an admin, I didn't really know much about them. Idea is really good about compartmentalizing the secret projects. Like I didn't know about Aeons until the day of.
I
Um,
was going to ask you about that. I didn't know if you had anything to do with it.
I did not, and I didn't know about them either. Um, I did uh, I did kind of advise on like the Solana migration.
Oh, nice, nice. That
I mean, I
was
thought
a
that
very
yeah.
big win.
Originally I was against it, but like
Okay, that
I
was
kind
good.
of
Y'all did
changed.
it. That was
Yeah,
good. Y'all did it.
exactly. I changed my mind when like I figured. I mean, at this point, it's pretty clear like there's a lot of a lot of liquidity is going to be staying on Solana. I mean, I had a thesis there's going to be a rotation back to ETH starting that following March because that's when a lot of these things like IGN kind of locked up, unlocked. A lot of liquidity would flow back, and that did happen.
Mhm.
But still, it was pretty clear Solana was becoming a part, bigger part of crypto than it was previously.
Yeah.
It's taking a lot of users, and like I didn't want people, I didn't want holders to have to choose between um, holding SPX or not holding SPX. Because there are some people that like if you don't, you're kind of going to be in all in Solana, like you're denominating Solana. Solana's like your chain, like you're not really going to hold a lot of ETH assets.
Right.
So you like why unnecessarily like lose really good guys to that and good people to that. It'd be better to it'd be better to have the optionality to hold it on Solana too.
Yep. Yeah,
And
I
then it
think.
turned
Sorry. Go ahead.
then it turned out to be good because that you know kind of I think getting into Solana early like that and having a decent holder base over there was a pretty solid.
It's like what 15% of the supply or something like that. This on
Yeah.
Solana. I mean, that's a good bit.
Mm-hmm. All community driven too.
Yeah, that's really
I
cool.
think yeah, like I think BAP idea and a couple other people like pool supply and locked it.
And base has done well too, right?
Yeah, we were
So
actually the first coin to British base too.
yeah, that was very good moves for sure. Um, I know we have a little bit on Sui. I don't think that really has taken off very much. And I know we recently did Binance. I don't know if anything has happened with that much. I don't know if you've
Yeah,
kept up with
I
that.
think that was a community pool. I think it's pretty small.
Yeah,
I mean, if we were to prioritize one, I'd prioritize BNB over Sui personally.
I agree. That makes sense. Sui is very small right now, but
Yeah,
it's supposed it's got this. It might meme hard in the L1 department, which might have a similar Solana effect potentially. I don't know, but it's more speculative for sure. Um, uh,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, the big thing with SPX early on that was very clear that it was something special
Hmm.
was just like the amount of creative people in the coin is kind of crazy. Like you had a skeleton bulb like cranking out video edits like not like wild. A lot of people making memes, just cranking out content, and all just like of your own accord. It was like a decentralized powerhouse. And even though like it was somewhat, idea was a main, a pretty big part of it.
Yeah,
Like it was always the idea of like, when something's starting, like you do need a little bit of centralization to kind of get it going. Like someone needs to be able to build the website, right?
sure.
Someone needs to get those logistical things done or build a wormhole bridge.
I mean, Satoshi made a Bitcoin, the Bitcoin website initially,
Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
and he mined the first blocks too. So I mean,
But the plan was always for it to be, slowly become more of like decentralized network.
yeah,
And you really saw that. I mean, people are in the TG was really important to me. That was probably one of the most important things. Um, I think SPX had to offer at the time. Still being kind of small.
yep,
I mean, it was just a great place to hang out. You meet a lot of people. You know, video makers like making videos on VCs. On the VC, like teaching new people how to make different videos. And some of those people like went out to make videos for some of the best. Like they're like video makers for hire now.
right.
Some of the best teams in space. Like
How,
all kind of started from SPX.
how do you think the content has evolved over time?
I think the content kind of has evolved like to be more like futuristic ish. Um, but I think it also kind of evolved with the onset of all the AI that's come out. It's kind of crazy if you think about it. Like it's almost like the SPX content can showcase you like how AI has evolved in such a fast period. It
True.
went from like literally not existing, and you can tell that in the content and especially in the videos, to like it existing and then being kind of mid to it improving over time. Improving to what it is now.
Right.
If you actually watch the XPX their content videos in like sequential order, you can almost see that AI growth.
Yeah,
It's kind of interesting.
for sure. Well, what about like the memetics generally? Like, have you noticed changes in just the memes that were created from the earlier days to? I feel like it was a lot more girl centered earlier, and then I feel like it's shifted to me. But what do you think?
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, in the beginning, we were kind of all we had to really go off of at first was the dev video. So like Asian girls, anime, and stock market, right? So
Let's
our
do it.
content is pretty much a combination of all those things.
Yeah,
Like, I really liked like anime girls and like guns.
yeah, those are good. I like those.
Yeah, those are my favorite. I made a lot of them.
Really,
That was my favorite style. That
that's
and
cool.
then I've always thought like the coin itself is like a pretty good. Like everyone's like, oh, SPS needs a mascot, and like Marine Rose is the mascot. Um, I guess that is true to effect. But I also have always viewed like the coin as the mascot.
Yeah, I
It's
agree.
like
I'm with you on that.
SPX coin is like this is the meme. It's a coin.
Yeah.
It's almost like Doge coin when you look at it. It's not like a
Hmm.
picture of Doge. It's like if Doge was a quarter, right?
Right. And I think distancing ourselves from the Marie Rose as much as possible, which I think has been kind of the push lately, is a good thing because it is a IP character. So it's probably
Yeah.
better not to be associated as much. Um, she's wanted dead or alive, is what I've heard. So I'm for real. No, I'm just kidding. But that is a good game. Um,
Yeah, it is.
I'm more of a Tekken guy personally, but it's still good. Uh, what was I gonna say? I had something. Oh yeah. So a lot of the memes. I remember when I first got in. I thought the memes were too anime. Like I was like, these are all anime as fuck. A lot of people love anime. Don't get me wrong, but a lot of people don't. So that's the first. I just started creating a bunch of memes. What I would call normie memes, just with SPX centric,
Mhm.
like just stupid shit, like Jabba the Hutt eating the coin, saying like puny stock market stuff like that. Just like basic stuff, or like Yoda memes. It's like I did a lot of Star Wars memes for some reason. I don't know. I just like popular memes that people use all the time. Just somehow make it SPX related.
I mean,
And
that's
so
what's always been great about it. It's like it could really be anything.
Right.
If you just like if you use the coin and the ethos of it and like put it onto anything, you can almost SPXify anything.
Okay. Have you ever seen the movie Small Soldiers?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay, I don't know if you'll get it. I try to make the most random memes now. Whenever I do, which I don't make them as much as I used to, but I just try to make the most random things kind of work, just to see how far I can stretch it. So in the movie Small Soldiers, there's this like Gorgon animal aliens essentially that are just like toys, and they have a city called Gorgon City. And I basically said, "Were you there in 1998 when SPX sponsored the first voyage to Gorgon City?" And it shows like in the movie, there's like little toys in a ship, just like the most. And then I made another one where where it shows these the dudes who worked on Final Fantasy VII. Like were you, and then they're like playtesting it. Like were you there when SPX when they were playtesting the final version of SPX or something like that? And just put like believe in something on it. And I don't know. Like I like seeing how far you can take it. I think that because I think that proves that I hate that I can't stand on people who are like the memetics are bad, the girl thing is bad or whatever, and then they say we have the Pepe meme, so the Pepe's the best meme. Or we have X, Y, and Z meme, like they're a coin based around a meme specifically, and like that's some kind of moat or something, and it's not a moat at all.
That's never been my thesis on me. I mean, I,
Right?
I, I would consider myself as maybe like I've always been more of the trader type in crypto,
Yeah.
and I've never saw value in like a meme.
Right.
Like Dogecoin. I remember Dogecoin from way back. Like I actually had a lot of Dogecoin too, like way back. I used to play online poker with it.
Gotcha.
But that's I mean that's cool, right? Like Dogecoin's money. That's how
Sure.
like SPX is money. That's
Yep.
another big thing. Like using it as money and tipping creators in the community and tipping different people.
Yep.
That's always been a big part of SPX, and I think that should never leave.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
yeah, no, I agree. I mean, the whole thing that attracted me and why I've always thought SPX was so powerful was all the people in SPX. You know, the
Agreed.
decentralization aspect of it. How it was kind of like a content factory. Like everybody just kind of pushing each other on their own accord. You know, doing community led efforts. You know, it's always had the next man up mentality. Someone falls, someone else steps up. You know, that's kind of what's always attracted to me to SPX and why I've always thought it was so powerful. Not because like it's
Yeah.
a famous meme or something.
Yeah, and I guess that is what that's like my goal with the memes I make now is to just prove that the the images and that sort of thing, the actual literal memeness that you're doing doesn't matter at all. That's like my goal with every meme I make now. It's like to make the most random crap ever. Just to say like it doesn't that means nothing. It's all about the people in the community. That's everything. Are you surprised by how much in real life stuff is like? Well, I should say like face doxing and me doing this podcast, for example, and plenty of other examples. Now, are you surprised by that?
Initially, I was, but um, so around like after Idea sold, around like the March April time, Spacefoot like really stepped up big time, and I started going to a lot of IRL events,
Hmm.
and that kind of like I'm not really that kind of person. Like I'm not doxed right now, right?
Sure.
Like I'm not really a crypto event type of person too much either. But I did see the value. Seeing the work that she did like opened my eyes to the value of how that's a value add.
Yep.
And like I think that prepared me for like this new onset of like really being, a lot of the new style of being kind of more in real life and uh docs and everything. I get it now. And especially at this point in SPX's evolution, like I think it's important for sure.
Yeah.
It's pretty powerful like seeing people do all those things.
Yeah. Seb in London. Have you seen him with his
Yeah.
sign? Yeah, that's amazing.
Like,
That's
that's
awesome.
so cool, man.
Hmm.
I mean, dude, the stuff that people are doing now, I would never, it wasn't even in my like greatest imaginations that people would care about this thing as much as I did to that point.
What
See
was
where they're doing that now.
so? What was your vision? I know you said you never imagined to get to this point. So, what was your vision for the end goal? Was it just to make it like a good decent coin, and then what was your thought
Yeah, I
back then?
guess. I guess the goal has always been, go be successful as possible.
Yeah.
But when I say like couldn't imagine what it is now, I don't necessarily mean just market cap. I mean, I think we're by the way, I think we're super undervalued here.
Oh, I agree.
Um, but I meant more like how much it's explosively grown to like things like this podcast happening,
Right.
things like the Flip the Stock Market podcast, is kind of happening as well.
Yep.
Um, Stuff like the person you mentioned earlier. Sorry, I
Seb.
forgot their
Yeah. Seb.
said their
Yep.
TG handle. Yeah, I forgot the TG handle, but the things that they're doing in real life in London, all the Aeons meeting up with each other. I mean, it's just like that's just if I had like a bet, if I had like my best case scenario, like I didn't even think about. I didn't, it's not something I thought about.
Oh, the surgeon. Have you seen the surgeon?
Yeah,
That shit's amazing. I love that.
yeah, and it's so incredibly amazing to see that and see how much it's grown, and it
Yep.
just makes me think like it just gives me so much more confidence that we're kind of just like starting this new stage, and it's not even close. Like the job's not even close to being finished.
Yeah. It's kind of funny how that works. The price gets to a level you couldn't imagine, but now you're like, well, it kind of makes sense that it's at this price. We need to keep going, and I'm still bullish. It's sort of weird how that happens. I
It's kind of
mean,
like
yeah,
stock, right? Like it's like people, CT trader, TA, LARPs or whatever. That's not real investing. Like
right,
when you invest in like if you actually invest for real, it's like
yeah,
you continue to hold and monitor as the fundamentals improve. And sometimes stock the price of something could be 10x higher and it actually be cheaper than it was when you first bought it lower, right?
yep,
Like that's how I view SPX.
yeah,
Like it's completely every stage it's gone to and evolved in. It's just continued to level up and become more. And now we're getting to a point where we're like fundamentally like really undervalued.
yeah,
Like it's just it as the price rose, like not even as the price rose, it's the fundamentals of SPX just keeps exponentially growing.
right, right. And it's justifying the price. Yeah, I would agree. We're definitely. I mean, the price we're at is roughly where we got like maybe December ish in 2024, and the community is a thousand times bigger than that. I feel like just
Yeah,
so much bigger.
1,000 times bigger and more concrete and solidified too. Like like at first when we had the explosion, I was a little hesitant of like following new people and
Yeah.
so I want to see because so it's nothing against them. It's just like you're gonna go through a 90% drawdown. Like I know it's gonna happen, and we did right.
Hmm.
But at the time when we were first really exploding after Murad called us out,
Hmm.
it's like I know we're gonna go through a big drawdown. I know we're gonna have a really rough time at some point in the future. Uh, like who's really gonna be around? Like who's really here, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, I would say kind of along the lines of what you just said. Like everyone that's still here now, everyone that's here compared to what was here at this price, last year,
Yeah.
it's exponentially undervalued.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, in
It's not,
memes
not
are.
it's not just bigger. It's like the real guys are like here too.
Yeah, I agree, and I was the same, and now I'm the same way, or definitely even like say February is where I've started feeling that where I started thinking like I think you're going to be gone in about a month, and a lot of times that would happen, or I'd be like I'm going to wait to follow them. I have that same feeling definitely now too. Like I don't just follow anybody, but um, I know what you mean. You do have to like some people just follow everybody, and no matter what. If you're talking about SPX, I agree more with your philosophy on it. Yeah, wait and see a little bit, but
Yeah, and like
yeah,
if you're sticking around and really believe in this coin and what its potential is and like the project and truly believe in it after going through a 90% drawdown and ranging for a year, like you're it, like you're a real SPX person.
Right. Yep. Yeah.
And
That's.
I feel like we're at the point where a lot of the newer members, we've had that consolidation period.
Mhm.
They're no longer, I wouldn't consider them new members anymore. And they've continued to build on SPX, and like, yeah, it's pretty incredible. It's genuinely like incredible to see.
I see what you're saying. So you're saying that I guess essentially the torch has been passed in a sense.
Not the torch in past. I view it as like every foundation is set differently, right?
Okay.
Like if we go back to the very beginning, like recruiting, like rating small accounts
Right.
and like getting people to grow with it, like that was really important. Like if you just had genuine KOL hype and that's all there was, like I don't think you would have had the right holders in the coin.
Right.
Um, all the way to like someone who's like idea who's like really taking charge and building the website, all the way to somebody who was just like really constantly there in Telegram, making it like a really enjoyable place to be. Like that's equally as important as each other, and that was really important at that time. And every stage SPX grows, like there's something else that becomes that foundation that's important.
Gotcha.
And I think every time membership grows and new people come in, it's just diversity of opinion, diversity of thought, and they bring new ideas and fresh ideas. And I think it's really incredible to see all that and to see it being implemented. It's like it's not like going back to the doxxing. It's not something I've ever considered valuable until someone else showed me it was.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
So that's
Yeah.
what's really cool about SPX. It's like the people that really care about it when they join, they bring a lot of new, fresh, amazing ideas and implement it, and ev- everyone and it builds on SPX,
Right.
and it kind of encourages other people to do the same. It's almost like a really good flywheel that
Yeah.
just keeps it going.
Yep. That's true. More. Yeah. I see what you're saying. We have a stronger foundation than we've ever had. With all these new ideas and everything. Um. Oh yeah, and the thing is, I've seen some to where they maybe some coins that maybe branched out and then they kind of forget like their Telegram or something like that, for instance, and it kind of dies.
Hmm.
But SPX's Telegram is still very active.
Yeah, which is awesome. I mean, I think Telegram will always be an important part
Yeah.
of coins,
Yep.
even if it's like less quote unquote normie. But I still think it's important.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not like old things were abandoned. It's just new things are here, and then the old
Yeah.
things are still strong and going well.
Hmm.
And even I think like Undy is like a big part of the Telegram now. I feel like, and they Undy's like newish or not. I'm not like new, but they weren't in before Murad. I don't think so. Even there's what my point is. There's still people who aren't OGs who are still very active in the Telegram too. I guess is what
Yeah.
I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and then new people even like stepping up and like being really active.
Yeah, yeah. So that leads me to the question I had. How has the Telegram evolved over time since you know the we'll say pre Murad, post Murad, or how has it evolved over time?
Interesting. I mean, I would say that has had a lot of evolutions in itself. Like, I think there were a couple mistakes made early on. Um, like way long ago, like in 2020, early 2024, where like an admin chat. At first, it was like me, right idea, and rare drops. And that was fine because we didn't talk in there. It's like you're just talking in there specifically for like logistical things and like they're hanging out on Telegram. And then as we added admins, it became a little too crowded. And all of a sudden, you start realizing like attention's being diverted. Like there's too much activity going on in like an admin chat, and not and you're not like focusing on like you're not like why are we chatting here and not chatting in normal TG? right? It's like not that's A, that's not fair, and B, that's like I don't know. It's I don't like the separation.
Yep.
Um, and that and luckily, I mean, idea selling. Um, After idea sold, we kind of shut that admin chat down,
Interesting.
and went back, just kept keep it flat back to the GD. Everyone should be talking in there. I would say over time, it just evolved with people, just like new, different people coming in and being a bigger presence in it. Like I'm not too crazily like in the Telegram anymore, just because I'm kind of busy and burnt. And I got like I'm just trying to yeah. I I am on Twitter more now, and if I'm also on Telegram all the time, I'm just gonna like never be offline. So, so I think my role is better suited like posting on Twitter and like reply dying and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's still plenty of people in the Telegram, and you almost see like a new cohort of like constant people that are always there.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, anytime there's something going on. Um, what did you think about that? I mean, it's it's almost old news at this point, but I mean, it was in September, but that 6.9 day space. What did you think about that? That Mike
On the
held.
mic,
Yeah,
yeah, I thought it was really cool. I mean, that was
that's
like
that was
crazy
insane.
that he did that. Yeah, he was like passing out on spaces. I mean, that was a crazy
No,
thing to
he literally
do.
did.
He like fell asleep.
He did whenever I was talking. So I had like a 3 hour spot or something, and I was talking or whatever with I can't remember who I was talking with, some other people. And Mike was on, and then somebody said, I think he fell asleep. I'm like, nah, he didn't fall asleep. 30 minutes later, I'm like, okay, I think the next person needs to come on because he was the only one who was handling the speaker roles, and he no response. And then I started hearing a little bit of a snore. And I was like, oh my god, he's literally just asleep over there.
Yeah,
So, but there was
I
no way
mean,
to remove to add new people. So I just sat there for a bit more, and then he finally woke up. So
it reminded me of the thing Space Foot did with I think they did like an all nighter spaces.
uh
I forgot how long it was, but it was another consecutive period of days.
yeah, that's nuts.
But yeah, spaces in general is just like man, like doing that for 6.9 days, like 24/7 is crazy.
And I made this is how nutty it is. I made a joke. I said, okay, after it was over, okay, I'm gonna do a 69 day space. I can't let Mike have the record or something like. I was just joking. No, there are people who were like seriously thought I was talking about it. Seb said, when are you gonna start this? When's this gonna start? I'm like, what? I was like, I'm joking. I have a wife and a kid. I cannot do a 69 day space.
That'd be insane.
I
I
can't
don't
do a
think
69. It's not
I mean
possible.
Twitter could barely handle the 6.9 day.
Well,
It was like breaking down and stuff.
technically it was like 3 or 4 technically, but it was they started them up,
Mhm.
so it technically wasn't a world record because it's not possible. X fucks up too much.
Yeah,
So it
I mean, I remember when we did spaces every day. I mean, that was like it was fun. A lot of really funny things and like crazy lore and fun stuff happened on those. But like it was it was time consuming and like crushing, man. I would like literally get home from work
yeah.
and like parking my car in like a city, which so I'm like squeezing. At that time, I was driving a truck in the city too. I'm like in New York City, like squeezing between two spaces. Like talk immediately hopping on spaces and then like spaces running for like 6 hours plus. It was just constant. Like I got like 3 hours of sleep for almost 100 days. I think
Oh my god.
just non-functioning.
No, but I think I was very critical then. I mean, and the spaces have come back in a big way. I mean, almost every day I think there's somebody's hosting a spaces somewhere, SPX related.
That's another thing that's really cool too. And I really like the. I really what's cool about it is that it's different people,
Yeah.
kind of putting the foot forward to do them and want to do them.
Mhm.
But what's really exhausting about doing it every day is that the same like five people talking, and it just gets tiring, man. Like everyone's burnt. Like everyone's working a job for the most part. Actually, I think every single person was working a job on that in the spaces. Um, and then you're kind of on spaces for 6 hours right after work. You're going to bed at 3 p.m., 3 a.m., 2 a.m. Eastern, waking up at 6 a.m. It's just like it's cool now that like even though the spaces are as frequent as they are, it's like different Aeons like wanting to
Yeah.
like host them and do them. And I mean, I don't know, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's not like it's the same person. It's very different. It might be Mike. It might be Seb. It might be Juice is another one that's new that's been doing them.
Mhm.
And Nick has done so. There's so many people doing them. Slow Aeon's done several, and yeah, they're
Yeah, I noticed them.
it's
I
really,
try and join whenever I see them.
yeah. Slow's been doing a lot of good stuff. Um, yeah, I've started I like spaces. I like them, but I don't I don't have a lot of time for them necessarily. But I try to join them when I can. But I have started a YouTube live show that I'm doing on Tuesdays. I've done two so far,
That's
and
cool.
yeah, like StreamYard, that kind of thing. Basically, what I'm doing is I pull up a browser, just go on X, go on Reddit or whatever, and look at posts. SPX. I called it into the cognosphere basically, and it's like what's something happening, that sort of thing.
Well, that's really cool, man.
Yeah, it's been pretty fun, and I'm not doing it by myself. I have like a co-host. I can't I cannot hold a sentence by myself. That would be a nightmare. But anyways, it's been pretty cool. So
I remember.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I remember the other thing about spaces is the annoying thing about them back then was that people would use them as like data points. So
What do you mean?
like if a spaces was kind of like dragged on and got boring, like you'd notice like cells come in sometimes. People are like judging this. It's like, dude, isn't it good enough that we're actually doing spaces every day? Like, what?
Ah!
Why are we like if you're gonna judge us on the spaces, then like, what's the point of even doing them?
Oh my
It's like you
gosh.
should be judging the fact that we are doing it every day, not judging the fact that like we're exhausted.
Space is a little weak. Time to short it.
Literally, dude. It was so
Uh,
annoying, man. The 2023, the 2023 to like 2024 transition period, it was so frustrating.
yeah.
Like,
And then you had Dog with Hat going to bajillions and overnight, and
yeah.
that made you want to like be so mad about.
Oh yeah. I sold with it 100K.
Oh God,
I sold it when it was
fuck.
going to zero. It was literally speed running to zero, man. It was. I'm like, this is gonna go to zero. I'm out. I'm out of this.
So
I don't know what this
you're
is.
the Kenji of Whiff, I guess.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
Kenji to whiff. I've hated on whiff ever since.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Damn. Mm.
And then Ansem called it like a week later. Not even less than that.
The Cabal had some fun with that one.
Yeah, they literally they were buying my cells and then sent it to 5 billion.
Oops. I doubt you would have held the 5 billion, but you never know.
No, no shot. I would have rotated back in SPX.
Right.
All the trading I've ever done, I've never been. I don't know. There's something about SPX that just like I've never I've never been emotionally invested in something in an investment.
Yeah.
But SPX, like this entire cycle, like any trading I've ever done, like anything I've ever done, it was just like the sole purpose was to buy more SPX. Even today,
Nice.
like everything I do is just like I'm trying to make money to buy more SPX.
So SPX is like your store of value, basically, right now.
I guess so.
That's what I would call it. It's your money, man. You're trying to stack it.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I've always been trying to stack it.
That's awesome. That shows a lot of. Yeah, it's to me. I just don't. I don't mean to. I don't want to be mean. I don't mean this in a PvP way. Blah 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 blah. But it's so obvious to me that we have the strongest community of anybody.
Yeah, I mean, I personally think so.
I just think it's objectively true if you look into it. But I mean. I guess
I think
some
people
people
get
just
so. I think people get really like stuck up on the facts. They get overhung by like just Murad on the surface level
yeah
because that's all they do. They just look at the surface and like look at it for 2 seconds and then like, that's it. But that's the asymmetry, right? Like not
yeah
doing the actual research and understanding values, like the asymmetry in investing.
right right
So, like
yeah
if you actually think about the asymmetry there, it's like kind of cool.
yeah it's true. You do got to do a bit of research, but
It's like
Tommy, but
you will realize the value later, but you're allowing me to buy before you do.
it's true. And the other thing, the idea that Murad is somehow bearish for SPX, like I get some people are saying that we're over reliant on him. That's I guess the argument, but he's been saying. I mean, the idea that Murad is somehow bearish for it doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Because
It's
I don't agree with that sentiment. Like
no,
when he first called us, there was a part of me that had that thought too,
sure,
that like made me nervous about it.
I can understand that.
But again, that was his initial call, right? Like since that call, it's been a year almost, and like everything we've kind of
Yeah,
talked about with how it's grown and how different Aeons have come on board and like what they've done and like are doing now, and how that growth compounds. Like it's just beyond. It's beyond. Like Murad helped catalyze that to a degree to get into this like new value area, I guess. But like it's kind of taken. It's been a while since it's already taken on its own form,
I
life
mean,
form.
I know a lot of the other people on the list are pissed, but the fact of the matter is he called those too, and he's still holding those coins too.
Yeah,
And I mean, you. Some people think there's like some like big plan of his to manipulate everybody into buying SPX, and that was like some big. That's the only reason why I've seen a lot of conspiracies about that. It's a little over the top, but
no, I mean if you break down each one of those coins, there's reasons why things are currently the way they are.
yep,
If you break down the fundamentals, not in a bad way, just like it's true.
it just
And
is
like
what it
I
is.
think people fundamentally don't get that SPX went through the ringer before. Like it was probably the most ready coin to be on that list.
Yeah, if you do the research and history,
I
yeah,
could talk for hours about like the whole first part of our non-existent chart and like how much stuff went down and like what holders went through, what like holder churn we had, like how the top holder had to capitulate. He was a 19-year-old kid from like Sydney, Australia. You think he would have been a good top holder at 1 billion? Absolutely not. He'd be full stacking, right? He had this. He had the. It's genuinely irresponsible for him to be the top holder of SPS. It's 19. He's not mature enough for that, right?
right,
Like he's not mature enough for that. That's the other beauty of SPX. The brains behind SPX. It was a really good blessing of like everyone being older and a multi-cycler.
yes, mm-hmm.
That was really rare too. But
Agreed.
yeah, but like the top, fucking Gary Gensler. I mean, this is like ETH name. He had to get out before we did what we did. Same with a couple other bad holders. They had to leave,
Right, and there's something, and
and we went through that, and that's why price consolidated for so long
right,
because we had that pressure. But like once that pressure was gone, and that pressure disappeared before Murad. I remember that pressure disappeared around like May 2024. I'd say that's when it really, like after that, that big drawdown because of the whole capitulation event.
yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah,
yeah, and then we kind of my thesis actually played out. The liquidity did come back. We started raising, and everything started rising from February to August. But that second big that May June ramp, that's when a lot of bad liquidity got out because I was there a little bit above break even point. Like that whole January range that we were in, it was around like 50-60% above that. And a lot of bad liquidity got out at that point. They were kind of stuck holding it. And I remember the coin genuinely felt different. Like like the right holders were in, like it glided. If a buy came in, it would just glide. It wouldn't be heavy. And it took a while to get there. And then fun and that's what so seeing other projects and where they're at right now, if you look at their history, it probably most comprises of up only. They didn't really have that churn. So like now they're going through that churn.
Right.
And once that churn's done and liquidity comes back in a favorable way broadly, like they'll probably do super well. But like as a coin to have longevity, you have to go through that churn. It's just not possible. It's not.
Yeah, I do think there is. I mean, I think a lot of what you're saying is true, from like a liquidity perspective. But I do think there is something with the core values of SPX that has attracted people more and might have made people more on fire for it than perhaps other coins. And I don't mean that in a.
Oh, that too. I just didn't want to like be too PvP in that way.
Is that PvP? If that's
I
PvP, I guess I am PvP. I don't mean to be. That's just
and
what I think.
that's not PvP, but it's like
I'm not trying to make anything bad about it. I'm just
I don't want to be the one to say it, you know what I mean?
okay. Okay, well I'll say it then. I guess I'll take the heat for it. Whatever. I like all this. I think Ticker Bitcoin's hilarious. I do think I won't. Whatever. I think Ticker Bitcoin's hilarious, but I will say SPX to me has it's just got this bigger meaning to it. I don't know. Yeah, if you know, you know, I guess. But
Yeah, I mean, for me, it does. I mean, I'm a really biased party in that because, like, I've always felt that way.
yeah,
But
I do love Ticker Bitcoin. Though. It's hilarious. It's funny as shit, and I
Tinder
love.
Brooklyn's awesome. They're like
Uh,
some of the funniest guys in the space.
I will say, I think my favorite TG is Ticker Bitcoins. I hate to say it, but if I had to give out an award, I do love it because it's so insane. It's the most batshit thing I've ever seen. I go in there every
Yeah,
now and again, it's like, what the fuck am I even looking at?
yeah. Man, like I said, like Tinder Bitcoin's the main point that kind of made it click for me originally.
Yeah,
Not like click. Not I never felt the way I feel about SPX for Tinder Bitcoin, but it
sure,
made me be like, okay, I need to look at this differently. I
right,
need to look at this again
right. Yeah, it's yeah. Ticker Bitcoin's
because this
cool.
is not just like, oh, Elon Musk said Floki, so let's make a Floki coin. It's like absurdity and chaos packaged into a coin.
Right.
And it's like, this is kind of interesting. This is an interesting take on things.
And I mean, it's got an awesome lore. The lore for SPX, I think, is the top tier, and the memetics are top tier. The values are top tier. I think the people are top tier. I think that's why we're eventually going to be the biggest meme coin. I don't know when, but eventually. I think it is.
I agree.
I think it's the best. It just is to me.
I think soon.
I think so too. I think it could happen. Whatever this
Like,
cycle, whatever this is, whenever that plays out.
whenever liquidity conditions are like
Right.
favorable.
Whenever that happens, it'll be
Yeah.
cool. Um, are you proud of what you and the other group?
And the no chart people are out finally. I'm sorry, the chart people are out finally.
Oh yeah, you could.
Once the chart people are out, that's why you know it's like, okay, we're in a good base now.
So we went through that a lot in like what February and March this year as well.
Hmm.
So yeah, and then it kind of happened again, I think, and yeah, just always yeah, it's just a process.
Yeah,
Um,
it just always happens.
yep, yep.
And then also the coin gooning too.
The who?
Like remember on the way up, a lot of I don't know. Um,
What do you mean by that?
I I don't talk about other coins
Uh huh.
I don't expect other people to do that.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, you mean like buying random other tickers to get the beta plays? Is that what you mean?
yeah, like trying to leverage your position to like to
Yep.
talk about other things. Like
Oh
I
God, that's
personally,
annoying.
I
Oh
personally don't. I never really talk about other coins because like
yeah.
at the very at the very beginning in SPX, it was like remember going back to like the whole context of like it being the first CTO, pretty much. Um, imagine that, and then like the leaders like talking about other coins, right? Like that would be a huge red flag.
Right.
Like people would already be really hesitant, and all of a sudden, like if you're talking about something else, you know, the market would not be favorable. They would not like that. And I remember that's also happened when we talked the first time too. That's
So
how I really learned that lesson.
yeah.
The idea hazard tried to like it's got he not he wasn't really thinking and he tried to CTO like for fun. It's like genome coin, literally at the peak of top of SPX. And then as soon as people found out about that, it started nuking.
Yeah, it's not a good look. It I don't talk about it any once I realize I own other coins, but this is the only coin I talk about, and this is the vast majority of what I own at this point. But to me, it dilutes your influence. That's how I look at it, and it also makes you. I don't know if you like talk about SPX XPS, then you randomly start talking about some low cap piece of shit.
Yeah, exactly. And
You're
it's like,
using the good name to fuck people. I don't like it.
yeah. And it's one thing like look, there are other coins that are great, and like I don't expect like I don't expect people to not do that, like to not talk about other coins. I think it also is a positive that it like kind of it is good to be publicly like friendly with other coins and like you're kind of
Hmm.
like bringing it together community cohesiveness.
Hmm.
But that's just like not my role. And also my account grew, so like I don't really know how to navigate that.
Yeah, that's
I don't
fair.
want to.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Well, I think
but
there's a difference between being friendly with other coins and then like shilling a new ticker. There's a
yeah, that's what I was trying to
big
gonna get at
difference.
too.
Yeah.
Like if you're like shilling like a low cap pump fun coin that like just got birthed like 2 days ago, like come on, man.
Or I've seen people just
Come
say, I
on.
was early on SPX. Look at this. I'm like, oh my
Yeah, and
God.
I can guarantee I've never seen them before.
Yeah. 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 That is definitely annoying.
There's a lot of people that are like, "Oh yeah, I was like an early in SPX." I'm like, "Oh, Jim, like I don't even I've never seen you before, dude. I have no idea who you are."
I promise. A pinky swear. That's why
Check out my new pump fun coin.
that all makes sense. You're early on it and you're shilling a new one. That makes sense. It all adds up. Um, Thank you for watching or listening to Persist Forever. Episodes are exclusive to YouTube for 1 week. Please consider subscribing to my channel at Southern Fried Chad. Also like and comment on this video. If you are on other platforms, please like, comment, and follow. Now back to the episode. Are you proud of what you and other early holders accomplished in the beginning?
Yeah, definitely. I've always been like really, and that's what always really kind of got me going with SPX too. Just it being that like kind of decentralized, it almost was like a decentralized network state, kind of producing content
Sure.
like mad, and like the whole you know bigger holders tipping smaller holders for their efforts and their work. It's just I don't know. It's just like something I've never really seen before, and I'm really happy that we grew. It's kind of like what we talked about earlier. It's like we've built, we built a good foundation, and
Yeah.
then we built additional things. On as we progress, more things are built on that foundation. Like that's, I mean, it's just such an incredible thing to see,
Yeah.
incredible thing to like happen to.
Yeah. And I've definitely got the same sensation too, because I got in like September of last year, so I've had that same feeling, and it is definitely cool to see. I mean, yours would be even more magnified since you got in even earlier, but it's just like a I don't know. It feels like you've been a part of something, even though you know your role. Everybody's replaceable, I guess, but you contributed, which is cool.
Yeah, I'm super happy that I did those. Hey, had the opportunity to do that, and like I
Yeah.
went.
Right. Right. And um
And everybody else too. I mean, even though hype bought the top, which was hilarious. I mean, their content was like insane.
right. He
The
did
stuff they
double
put out.
down. He did double down when it bottomed, he said.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
That was
Those
a
are,
good opportunity for a lot of people.
yeah, I'm glad he did. Just the way he said it. We went out talked to him in the interview. It was so funny. Oh my god. Made me die.
Oh yeah, everyone. He's like, oh yeah, he was like, yeah, everyone would say I'm not OG and I've been here for like a year.
Or he's been there for like yeah, yeah, right. Yeah. When he said when Murad came on, he was like, I'm still not an OG even and I'm like, what? You got in like a month after it was launched or 2 months. Like, what? How early can you have to be?
Yeah.
I guess day 2 is the. I guess you got to be BasedGod level day 2, or you're not an
No,
OG.
I mean, I've never really been a big fan of like the OG thing.
Well, I think that's see, I think I said this on the hype interview. Like, I think that was I don't know where it keep somebody people just keep it alive. I feel like people just keep that term alive, and I don't even know if it's intentional or not, but I think
I mean,
it's
I get it because like it's
yeah,
important to know the history and important to like
right,
but like for me, like I would say my considerations of like what's an OG like broadens more. If you've been
absolutely,
through like pain, like you're an OG.
yeah,
If you've been through pain in SPX and like you're still here and you want to like you haven't wavered and you really want to build on it and like you love this thing, like there you go, you graduated.
yeah. I agree.
Right.
I mean, we're so
Because
early
everyone,
still,
it's
so
easy for everybody to be a hype boy when it's like going up.
yeah,
But it's when it's like you've actually been through like pain and you still, you know, you still your conviction hasn't really wavered and you still believe in like what we're trying to do, what the project's trying to do. Like that's when you've like solidified. I don't know.
right, 100%, 100%. I do think it sometimes. I think people like make y'all into like mythical creatures. I feel like that happens somewhat. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I don't know. I get that sentiment sometimes. Like hype and you and BAP and Idea Hazard
I
like
got that
mythical
feeling, but
people.
I feel like some people are doing it themselves. Like,
Wait,
I
what do you mean? What do you mean?
mean, I remember being tagged in a lot of random new stuff when we had the original, the initial parts of the explosion
Uh huh.
of like people tagging, like, oh look at this OG. I'm like, don't call me that.
Wait, when? Like you talking about like in early 2023 or 2024?
No, 2024.
A
But I'll
Murad
get like when
Murad pump.
yeah, when we had explosion of new of those like new holders that kind of got brought in from Murad,
Well,
and they were like digging through the past and like finding all this stuff and then tagging people in it.
now I get tagged in a lot of videos.
Yes.
It's annoying as shit to be honest with you,
Yeah.
because especially if Murad retweets it, then the whole notifications are fucked up.
Your Twitter's done.
Yeah, I have never had trouble like keeping up with stuff until like the past like 3 or 4 months, and I cannot keep up with everything anymore. It's kind of annoying
Yeah.
because I just my notifications. I I'm about to the point where I just don't even look at it. It's just
hmm
pointless. I try to just look at comments now. I don't look at the other stuff. I don't.
I mean, it is also really interesting to see what everyone connects with because there's definitely a lot of facets to SPX like the spirituality aspects of the
Yeah,
stock market. Um, the girl's cute, kind of more like this, you know, the centralization maxi part of like kind of relating it to Bitcoin.
yeah,
I don't really think it's like Bitcoin. I think it's more like centralized network state. I mean, I guess that's what Bitcoin is, but
a network state.
yeah,
Yeah, I
it's a
agree.
centralized network state where like
Mm.
SPX is almost like money.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, that's a good. And some people would say Bitcoin is that if you look at it, but
Yeah,
it's different. I think I agree with you. I don't think it's the same thing. I think it's different too. But
yeah. I mean, the
there's
network spirituality
similarities.
was always there too. I mean,
Hmm.
SPX had a lot of influence from Milady because a lot of their before Aeons existed, like a lot of the early holders were Miladies.
Right, right. And there's still definitely some, I guess, that
Yeah,
wear Miladies.
yeah. That's where like a lot of the more like network spirituality, like love bombing. I
Interesting.
don't know. Yeah, I
I'm
would
not
say
as
that's where it
familiar
came
with that.
from.
Mm.
If you actually overlay the Milady price chart
Yep.
with SPX's early chart, like it looks almost exactly the same.
Interesting.
It's like you could be like, wow, this is Milady liquidity.
Mm.
Yeah, like
Interesting.
I mean, when I say it, like everybody was Milady, then that's what also was interesting back then too, because it was like Sprotos,
Hmm.
Mog was like Remilio, and then SPX was like Milady. A lot of Miladies were in SPX.
Gotcha. Interesting. Um, how has SPX changed you as a person?
A lot, man. Uh, I'll say the biggest thing has made me less of a trader. Like I've learned a lot of lessons with trading via SPX. Like people make the joke of it's almost like a not Alcoholics Anonymous for traders. Kind of is, because if you go think back of like a lot of mistakes I did make, it's like if you just DCA'd the index, like you would have been better off.
Yep.
Um, the other part of it was like the whole viewership of like kind of like making something,
Right.
like seeing how SPX like grew and like everyone was a part of like building it. Like also being a part of that was like pretty incredible. Because even my profession, like I'm, I worked for like hedge funds and stuff. I'm not a builder. Um, so seeing that side of things was like really mind blowing and eye opening. Like all the trials and tribulations, the failure, the failure, then rethinking how you can make it better, and just how things like build on each other when you trial and error things. It's just really cool. It's a cool experience to see. It's a cool thing to like learn about.
Yeah.
And it's crazy how like you wouldn't, on the surface, if you talk to a normal person, they'd be like, "What do you mean you're building a meme coin? That's so stupid, bro. That doesn't make any sense." It's like, no, but there's like a lot of building that goes into it.
Yeah. Definitely.
Like me, there is like Murad's point, and I said this before, like I agree completely. Like not all values like numerical. Like there is intangible. Like meme coins are like the intangibles on a balance sheet. Like it is intangible value, but that still means there's value. And to like you have to make sure that value stays there by like building it and fine tuning everything correctly.
Right.
What if at the very beginning you just kind of ignore the telegram? Would SPX have even gone to where SPX wouldn't even evolve into what it is now? Like
Doubt
something
it.
as small as that
Hmm.
is like so important. Like everybody involved in it. This person actually like doing the big stuff. So like idea being the six. At one point, idea was the sixth largest user for Safeguard. But yeah, if someone like
Really.
that,
Yeah.
all the way to like someone just like who hangs out on Telegram, participates, and like anyone new that joins, it's like it makes it a great place to be. Like both are just equally as important as each other, and making sure all that is like not getting like all that's in place and not kind of dissolving is like important. Because if that's once that's like good and locked down, then you can like focus on the next thing.
Right.
So
Yeah. The one thing I think about is like there were other coins that had done similar things. It's like what is I'm trying to think like what was the core reason why SPX has been successful. Um, I think it comes down definitely to the people, but why are the people who they are? And then I think well maybe it must be the ethos and the values. I feel like if I guess it comes down to those original kind of memetics and values that propagated. I feel like is if that didn't happen, I don't know if the people would have came and
yeah, I agree completely.
stayed. I should say, and yeah, it's kind of interesting. Um, the meme is so that makes me think too that the meme is like really important. So having like this is not a character based meme. There was Marie Rose, that was definitely a part of it, but it was more of a value based, more abstract. Really, aspects is extreme. Probably the most abstract meme. It's just more value based. I think that's fundamentally why I think that's why it succeeded. If I had to put one reason to it, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I always viewed it as a decentralized network. Like, if you get involved with SPX on a real level, like if you really get involved and beyond just like shit posting every now and then, and you're like actually like meeting people and like making like talking to different people in SPX, and like you'll meet some of the most incredible like bright thinkers, and it will add value to your life. Like then that's a big deal. That's why I've always viewed it as like this decentralized network. It's like the people you meet in this coin and how that builds. It makes you want to tell your friends about it and then meet them too. And it adds value to you, whether it be through different crypto related values in terms of like finding different opportunities. Some of the smartest people are in SPX, all the way to like thinking differently about things outside of crypto,
Yeah.
just like life generally.
Yeah, I've discovered that through my interviews for sure. Like everybody's been 1,000 or way more impressive, way smarter, way more interesting, way everything than I would have thought. Because that was where I when I started this, I kind of took it. That was where I took the step up and really started really getting involved with the people, and that made me 1,000 times more bullish. Because it's just like everybody's very impressive that
Yeah,
I've spoken to.
yeah, and it's crazy how like going full circle on this. That's what I was saying at the very beginning of this interview. It's like from day two, the connection everybody had in the Telegram is so special. And then from the original run up, it was so unique. The way everyone connected with each other was so unique compared to other coins that I've been in. That's why I think the dev had this experiment. It's like, well, let me remove myself and see what these guys can do. If I remove myself from the situation and they have to like kind of collaborate and build this up together,
Yeah.
like what could happen out of that? That's a fun experiment to run. And
Right.
like now look at what we're talking about now. And it
Yeah.
all evolved from that one. That's what I think. It all kind of evolved from that one dev decision.
Yeah, that was pivotal.
If the dev was in the coin, there's no way it would have been what it's like now.
Nah. It might have done all right, but it wouldn't have. It would no way would have got this big.
Yeah, not this big, not this impactful, not the way like has a flywheel. It's attracting like really great people,
It's just
interesting people.
it's amazing. That is when I found that out too. I remember I found that out like maybe October of last year that the dev is gone and the liquidity thing and all that. I was like, that's so bullish. I love that about it. Um, what where do you see the movement heading? I know you said you couldn't have seen it get this big, like in terms of the people and the initiatives and all that kind of stuff. But what do you see now for the vision of the movement?
I mean, I just see people like taking it even further, like more and more people kind of joining on board, like more like Audacious wrote a book about it, like insane by the way.
Yeah,
Like more of that kind of happening, like people kind of talking about the values and how it applies to their lives and how it impacts themselves, and like how that's it makes other it's attract people are attracted to that and start to learn from SPX and kind of like apply it to themselves too and grow. I don't know. I think it's just such a fascinating. It's gone from like just a random shitter to like an actual impactful thing that like affects people's lives and growth. Um, and I just see that kind of like snowballing, continuing to snowball.
yeah. And really, I mean, that's how
I know
everything
it's
starts, really. But
yeah.
go ahead.
Like I know people mention GameStop. I mean, I was also in GameStop too,
Sure.
but I'm more of like like I bought GameStop a year before ish, maybe like 6 months before the whole thing. Because for me, it was more like undervalued. It was I bought it when it was like net cash in the balance sheet. They had a little bit of a debt overhang, but they were net cash. The cash was like above the market cap. There's a
Yeah.
lot of like fundamental factors that are going in favorably for it,
Yep.
especially on the short side. And like, um, when GameStop really started to take off, you started people kind of almost like, I guess, more retail type people started having like an ideology for it.
Hmm.
Like for me, I'm like, I'm selling. It's like overvalued now. Like I'm
Yeah.
out.
There's
Um,
fundamentals you can like you could base it off of those kind of data points.
yeah. I mean, I was buying like at the floor and selling it at like 300 plus. I'm like, this is the squeeze is over. Like once Robinhood shut off
Yeah.
the um the buy orders, like it was over. Like that that was pretty obvious. But with SPX, like it's not that you can't shut it off. Well, that is part of it. It's that like you don't have the fundamental metrics that would make someone like me have that same comment
Right.
towards it.
Right.
Like that's how I view it. That's how I view it in that way.
Right.
Like, for me,
It,
like I mentioned before, like I think SPX is more undervalued here than it was a year ago at the same price.
right. The GameStop thing developed that little the cult whatever. But initially it was people like you who were like, okay, there's a short interest. Like there was like technical reasons. Is undervalued. Does it make any sense? Technical
Yeah.
reasons to be in it.
Well, there was
Yeah.
net cash in the balance sheet. They had a debt overhang, and a year from now, it was 200% short. So that means that was the most asymmetric, like crazy thing I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen that ever. Basically, I started looking at different Bank of America models and looking at different sell side like bank models, and the analysts were so lazy they didn't even finish the models, man. Like their price targets that they have for these things were complete bullshit. Like the models were empty because everyone just assumed it would go bankrupt. So it was this whole mismatch of like lazy hedge fund shorts. They run a long short book. They're going long Activision, long EA, short GameStop on the short side, and they've kind of lost track of that trade, and then have gotten lazy about that trade and not paying attention to what's fundamentally brewing. And when that built up to 200%, now you're basically saying there is a 200% chance this company's going to go bankrupt. So on the long side, you have a company that's net cash. Their cash is greater than their market cap, which is, that signals it's going to go bankrupt. But in this case, is there a 200% chance of that? If there's not a 200% chance of that, then like there's upside here. And on top of that, we're going into a gaming cycle. So even if it might go bankrupt a year from now, we're going into a cyclical upwind for this company. And you're not considering this at all because the base case is there's a 200% chance of it going bankrupt.
Right.
So it was a pretty asymmetric opportunity. And then like any good developments, that's why it would spike 40%, 50% on the day, is because on the short side, you had to be so correct that if you were wrong in any way, the people who are along the stock are correct. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I think yeah, it didn't make sense for GameStop to turn into a movement. Really, I don't really know why that came about. I guess fuck the hedge funds type of thing. It wasn't.
The biggest holder was a hedge fund, dude. Senvest was really the top holder of GameStop and they made bank. I never got the movement.
I don't really get it either. Yeah, it never doesn't make any sense. I never did either. But and it's also like a terrible vehicle for it. Stocks are not. They're centralized. It's not a
And they
doesn't make
have
any sense to use them.
fundamental intrinsic value based on cash flows and revenue
But yeah,
and earnings.
and also you're captive to a company that can print shares at any point. What? That
Exactly.
makes no sense.
Exactly. It's like literally Dev didn't renounce contract and coins mintable.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
legitimately, would
Like
you buy that?
this
Like
is retarded.
no.
The only reason why is because there were all that fundamental stuff you said, and then it just like bubbled up and became a meme thing. I don't know. I guess.
Yeah, and a lot of people in SPX like have that same movement concept,
Yeah.
and like they're kind of applying it with SPX, something that doesn't have a mintable function, something that doesn't have, isn't tied down by fundamental value metrics.
Right.
Like, and I don't know. That's just like it's a good vehicle. It's a much better way to express. It's a much better way to like it's a much better vehicle to handle that type of expression.
I would say the GameStop vehicle is literally not possible for it to even work. Like it is. That's like, unless the GameStop was like in with it entirely, get total buy-in from the company. It just doesn't make any sense to even try to do that with that. That's going to fail at some point.
AMC was even funnier.
Yeah, that was the side. I mean, it was just a copycat, right? Basically.
Yeah, it was a side copycat and like super, and people he literally just like unloaded shares and everybody and bought a gold mine.
Yeah,
Like
I
what?
remember that.
Like what?
Well, funny side story. I was kind of I was very much like an index guy. I just bought the index. I wasn't into crypto at all at that point. So I was buying, I bought AMC in late 2020 only because I knew this, a lot of stocks had done horribly and like a lot of the risk on stuff had done really, really horribly. So I bought like Royal Caribbean or some. I just bought a bunch of random shit that was like down a shitload, and I was just like, it'll probably bounce. That was literally my whole idea. And so I had a bunch of AMC, and then one morning I woke up and I was like, looked at my Robin, and I was like, what the fuck just happened? It's 7x like immediate one day. And I immediately sold it, and then the next day because my whole thing was like, I bet it'll double. I bet it'll double back. It's just down so bad. It was total no reason at all. I had no idea about the movement or any of that stuff. So when I woke up and saw it 7x, I immediately sold, and then it went on to like 10x after that. So I didn't even, I had no awareness of the movement at all until after the fact. Yeah,
Yeah, man. But
but
that's like unlike that stuff. Like SPX is it's not just like when people say it's not just a meme. Like to me, it's not just a meme because it's the vehicle. To me, it's almost like a, a net again a centralized network of people who are very interesting, smart, bright, and have similar like values to that.
yeah, it's totally
And
different.
you meet people that way, and you kind of when you come into it, it's a vehicle to meet all those people and grow and like build on it
Yep,
and grow.
yep. Yeah, it's amazing. My thinking about my journey, S&P to AMC to Bitcoin to SPX. It's kind of funny. Kind of makes sense in a way, actually, because I went from the index to degenerate retard shit on the stocks, and then Bitcoin. I guess is sort of like the index for crypto. And then, well, I think this is the smart play, the the meme coins, but with it's so much more powerful than anything I've ever been into. It's amazing, really.
Yeah, think about us just like talking here right now, two complete
Yeah.
strangers I've never met before,
We
like
have a
talking
lot.
on a podcast.
We have a shitload to talk about because there's so much shit to talk about. It's amazing.
Yeah, and like why are we talking about it? SPX 6900, the decentralized network state.
Yeah, we're in a state together. We're in a tribe together. I like to think about it, network state is the better way to put it, but I think of it like a tribe almost.
Yeah, it's
I
like
like the same thing, but I like that word better almost.
yeah, I think Mung made a good analogy of guild. It's like guilds.
Yes. Yeah, the War to Warcraft analogy and that sort of video MMO RPG analogies I think work really well, or video games generally work
Yeah,
real well.
it's like it's almost like yeah, it's like that.
Yeah,
So if you have equity, if you almost have quote unquote equity value at stake in it.
right. Yep.
The more
It's
your guild grew, the more your equity value grows.
yeah, yeah. I would argue the more you get to know people, that also makes you want to hold as well because you know what dumping on them, like if you full stacked out or dumped or whatever, that indirectly affects them too. So
Oh
when
yeah,
you know what I mean?
definitely. Like I've round tripped so many times, man, because of that.
Oh yeah, it can be bad if you're in a shit coin. If you're in a bad coin, it can be really bad.
Like I remember the first SPX top.
Yeah.
I knew it topped like when it topped, and really told her. I remember telling that Zoomer like you know this coin tops right. And Zoomer was like I'm not gonna stay in it.
Yeah.
I'll spy back later. I'm like for me it's like I'm pretty involved. Like I'm not gonna sell on people. I don't
Yeah,
know. I'm
that's
shooting
amazing.
hold.
Yep.
So I just held through, and I'm happy I did. I mean,
Yeah. Well,
I still hold. I still buy today.
Right, and what you could have been wrong about your top idea, and could have been wrong. It's possible, but
Yeah, that's true. But like, it was pretty much the day.
well, you were right. But that was nice of you to not double people. But
Yeah, I mean, I just feel bad. It's like if I'm talking about something and like doing space, I don't know. How can I like? How can you hurt your teammates? You know what I mean?
yeah, yep, exactly. So get it done. Everybody, the more tight knit we are, the stronger we become because it's like knowing people in your tribe or whatever, and it makes you not want to dump on other people. Um, what are some of your like most favorite initiatives that are happening today in the community, or like name like one or two that you think are particularly cool?
I think it was pretty cool how we got the windsurfer sponsorship pretty quickly.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
That was sick. I don't know. I love surfing, so like,
Oh really?
yeah,
Cool.
having a windsurfer sponsor, that was pretty cool. I mean, that also shows just like how fundraising happens so fast.
Yeah, that was amazing. I mean, it was announced for hey, we're raising funds. Like 3 weeks later, it was done or something like that. So
Yeah, that's really cool. And I listen to spaces on like a separated like treasury.
yeah,
At first, I was skeptical
yeah, me too.
because we have one, but I get where people are coming from. So I remember dealing with that before. It's like hard to separate like different initiatives from each other. So like especially now as you grow, you have more costs. So like not mixing up like I don't know like funds that Space Road has dealt with like listings or like market making stuff with like raising money for like sponsorship or something.
Right.
To having that be separate to individual people's ideas is kind of interesting to fast
Uh,
track initiatives.
I mean, that makes it more decentralized.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a good thing, I think. But I'm just always a little bit like raising money. I'm always kind of like, or that's what I'm always skeptical to a degree. But I'm glad to see all these initiatives have done well. And I mean, Pierre's windsurfing with the SPX6900 logo, which is cool. So
Mhm.
this worked out.
I still think the Audacious's book is like ridiculous. That's like crazy.
Yeah,
He wrote a book on SPX.
that was the impetus for me to start the channel. Actually, so I was like, I felt like at the time when he made it in June, I felt like nobody was really talking about it much.
Yeah, and
And
then
I
that's
was,
the other thing. Your channel, and then flip the stock market too.
oh yeah, that one's awesome. Yeah. Well, thanks. I appreciate
Really,
that.
yeah, it's really cool how you guys are doing this, interviewing different people, and then it's really cool. It's like you're interviewing different people, and then they're kind of talking about different subjects, but SPX is kind of always around it,
Yeah.
or like some kind of part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just cool. I could just see it's almost like a fork. Just see that forking off into many different directions,
Yeah.
and different people starting their own, and that's how you even like grow even bigger.
Yes. Yeah. My thing. I just want to interview people in the community. It's 100% solely focused on SPX, nothing else. Period. Ever. Uh, but Flip the Stock Market's doing it. It's like more like topical, which I think is really
Mhm.
cool. But then kind of relating it, yeah, it's definitely different, but it's very cool for sure.
Yeah, and then the third one, and fourth one, and fifth one are all gonna be completely different too.
Yeah,
But it's just
exactly.
cool how like if one person does it, another person does it,
Hmm.
and two people are doing it, someone else will want to do it, and like it's just like leading by example.
And honestly, if somebody just completely copied me and did the exact same thing idea, there's tons of people I haven't talked to. So there's lots of people to talk to. So I think it'd be the more the merrier. But I do like the idea of people taking it in different ways as well. Um, what actions do you think the community could take, like different people in the community, or what's the best, I guess, use? What would be the most effective use of the community's time right now? in your
like
opinion?
individual people's time.
Yeah, like what like say somebody just your average holder who wants to contribute, what's something that they could do that you think would be the best use of their time to help the movement?
I think either just like talking to people in real life or like rating on social media.
Are you kind of bought into the idea that we need to? I feel like it's been very much pushed, like move off X more. Or how do you feel
I'm
about that?
I agree with the sentiment, um, and I think it's important. Like here. Let me collect my thoughts.
Yeah,
I think X is the most important, hands down, default. Like no argument. But I think you had to bring the urgency to move to other platforms so that people actually did it. Because if you didn't make it, if you didn't present some sort of urgency to it, people will just be, I'll do it tomorrow, and
yeah,
then all of a sudden, just always tomorrow, right? So the fact that we did fast track that, that got fast tracked, it's almost like its own little entity, and like it's like kind of building on itself.
right.
It's now has motion. I still think X is the most important though. It's just the hub of crypto.
Yeah, at this point, I would definitely 100% agree, and we're very strong there. And I don't
Yeah, and even just our CT, like there are corners. Like our CT is one CT. There are different corners of CT. CT
absolutely.
is still vastly like there's still a vast amount of places you can go within
Yep.
CT. I mean, I went on to like Shib CT. It's like a totally different CT. Never seen these people in my life.
What
It's
what
like
what what is
it's like
Shib CT like?
they're all just like talking about what the team's going to do next. The team doesn't
Oh
actually do
God.
anything.
Ooh,
It's really pretty Chinese.
really interesting.
Yeah,
Hmm. Yeah.
and
Well, there you go. There's never
I
heard
don't know.
of any
There's
of
like a
that stuff.
split between like Leash and Bone and Shib and how's arguments about splitting liquidity and yeah, there's like a whole thing going on over there. But that just shows you it's like again a rating strategy people don't think about.
Yeah.
Interrupt yourself into that conversation and be like, "That's cool, man. DCI SPX6900." Like stuff like that. Like the most random. It like it doesn't cost you anything.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt to do. It could annoy the other person, but like who cares? It's just funny.
That's something that people should consider is, yeah, sure, go to other platforms, that's great. But also, even on X, think of more creative ways to get outside of our bubble. Because,
Yeah, like one rating strategy I did early on too was like how getting like I remember like DeFi Mochi kind of hop on board.
Mhm.
I liked all of her expos, like every single one. Like
Interesting.
so what was in my mind, I'm like, okay, so like when I do that, her notifications are gonna their notifications are gonna blow up of like just me. And then I went and
Right.
commented on like very old expos that aren't fresh. So I'd be the sole person popping up as they went to check the notifications, not buried in like a bunch of people
Smart.
along with a bunch of people, like stuff like that.
Yep.
Like I've done that with other accounts, like going on like way old posts and like commenting on those posts because then I'm not getting lost with the fresh new posts and I'm popping up as a separate, as a separate notification. There's just different little things like that, or like DMing, a bunch of 100 follower accounts to talk to them about SPX. You'd be surprised about how many of them don't even know about it.
Yep. That's a great idea. I think that doesn't need to get lost in the big platform moves or doing other platforms, those ideas. So,
Yeah, and people that can grow with the coin are always the most important people for
yep.
the coin.
Agreed. Agreed. That's yep, definitely good thoughts there. So sex is still incredibly important. Sometimes I feel like it's been pushed a little too much in a way. It was like X still is vital, but I think the main thing is the circle jerk echo chamber should not be your priority, which I think is a good bit
Yeah,
of it.
not like rage like CT that's just rage bait and like pretty much just trying to get likes.
And I mean with the SPX Twitter the
Oh,
the cognites for
God.
Twitter. I mean, like some people will post stuff trying to appeal to other holders, and we're just like kind of feeding off each other, and it's not really reaching anybody. It's just a little circle jerk, basically.
Oh, that, yeah. So
So
yeah, it's always good to branch out to like different parts of Twitter.
yeah, that's what I mean.
Even just typing in SPX and like rating anybody that posts about SPX. The SPX like S&P 500.
Oh yeah, that's a good point too.
Just be
Yeah,
like SPX question mark and then like I don't know, drop a photo or something.
I've seen a lot of people do that. That is a good. That's pretty funny. I think I remember infuriating somebody who was like, "Are you talking about a shit coin? What is this? This isn't the S&P." I'm like, okay, calm down. And he retweeted like my stuff and somebody else's, and like he had a pretty good many followers. He's like, thanks, appreciate it.
Yeah. I
That's
mean
perfect.
you should like try and envision and I recommend everyone do this too. Like make a new Twitter account and kind of check out crypto from that account and see what starts popping up. I
Right.
guarantee you it'll be accounts that you've never seen before. You'll see some accounts you've never seen before. So that just shows you there's so many untapped areas to be like rating. And also that's as someone if someone's new to crypto, that's exactly what they're going to be experiencing and what they're going to be looking at. So like, placing yourself in there is like good. And rating and like comment being a reply guy, that's just like a billboard. It's an advertisement essentially
Right.
for highway traffic.
Yep. Yep. It's all great points. There's still a lot of ground to be gained on X. Um, what's missing that you would like to see? What's something you'd like to see that you haven't seen yet?
It's an interesting question. I don't really know. I don't really know. Hmm. Have we flipped any SP 500 companies?
I don't think yet. I think we're
I think we
close.
when we flip the first one, that should be really, really funny.
That'll be nice to see. That'll be fun.
That's what I want to see. I want to see us flip the first one.
Hell yeah.
Because
That'd
then
be
all of a
rad.
sudden it starts becoming like real.
Yeah.
You flip one, then you flip two.
I think the 500, the lowest one on the list, I think is like 4 or 5 billion. I can't remember which one it is, but it's something like that. So it's not. We haven't quite hit it yet. So that should hopefully happen soon.
It's also it's also a very cool website someone made that tracks that. I just forget what it's called.
Flip the stock market .xyz.
Yeah,
I
there it is.
think is what it's called. Yeah, he's also added other like the Chinese index, UK, like all Japan. We flipped some of those companies, so that's kind of cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, whatever. Just fuck them. Um, I just have a few more things.
Yeah. I'm
Do you have a favorite meme or piece of SPX content? Like, what's the meme or content that sticks out to you the most?
I mean, besides the dev video, my favorite one is my favorite video is still like the one Degen Spartan reposted. A lot of people don't know that either. Degen Spartan were one of the only memes they've ever reposted before.
Really?
Yeah, back in 2023.
Was it a meme or a video?
Video.
A video.
It's like I don't know how to explain it. It's just like it's a video. It's a video about like flipping the stock market, and it's like it shows up as like a stock exchange, and then like girls from the DOA are dancing. Then it transitions into like anime. It's like I don't know. It's just a very cool. It's a very cool video.
Hey,
That's still one of my favorites to this day.
if you're able to find it, if you can send it to me. I could
Yeah, I can
put it
send it to you.
in the description. Cool. Well, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I haven't seen that. Um, how much excitement was there when the Project Aeon NFTs launched?
Oh, there's a lot. Um,
How was that hyped? Did it just come out, or was it?
no, it just came out.
Oh,
Like, and the only people that knew about it were the people working on it. Like I said, like I didn't,
a
as an
secret
admin, I
project,
didn't even
right?
know about it. Yeah,
Gotcha. Yeah, that's wild.
yeah, no, it was super cool. I mean, I think they're really like really fresh. I view Aeons as like you buy the ones that you really like. Like, if you're gonna buy one, like buy it because you really love it.
Right.
Like this Aeon is like me. Um, yeah, I mean the launch was really good. I remember got sniped initially at first, which was kind of a pain. But yeah, I mean, so it's one of the only NFTs I really ever bought. I've never really had interest in NFTs.
Really.
Yeah, none. I was not an NFT person last cycle. I was more on the DeFi side.
Gotcha. Yeah, well, you made a big transition there from DeFi to movement coin and an NFT.
Yeah, because
Just
SPX.
yeah, it's because DeFi was all about the fundamentals and all that more so. Did you look at it that way when you were into it, or did you look at it?
No, I mean the way I look at it is like DeFi, like almost like built the liquidity rails for like
Okay,
the entire internet. Think about it, like,
that's true.
and now like we have these things that you can monetize through it.
Yeah,
So like being able to like what we talked about like quote unquote like movement coins, I guess it's almost like guilds, but you have equity value that has liquidity because of DeFi.
right. That's a good point.
So like I don't know, I was more involved in DeFi, so it was the most fascinating thing to me. Probably one of the most important developments that have happened in crypto like ever.
Agreed.
And
I
then I
guess
looked
I
at
thought.
NFTs and I'm like,
Uh,
why would I pay for a JPEG? That's so dumb. But I don't know. With like Aeons, I kind of get it.
yeah, I mean, it's a community thing. If
Yeah.
yeah, some of them are bullshit communities though, just like in meme coins. Um,
Well, that's
so
why if you read my thesis that I pinned on my profile, that was by I wrote that like early on.
I think I've read it before, but I've forgotten.
The biggest part of it is mostly what differentiated like coins like SPX mob and Ticker Bitcoin for me. And
Okay,
I wrote this like before Solana like was a thing. So that's why nothing said about Solana in there, none of the coins there.
sure.
Is that it was very clear that like these coins are different than meme coins to me. They were more like they fostered much more of a community aspect and like
Right.
they're what NFT communities kind of like wish like tried to do but failed at.
Yep.
Because what NFT communities really happened was you're relying on a team has to deliver, provide like utility or whatever, but really it's illiquid and not real prices. And then it gets when liquidity goes away and the hype goes away, it gets to a point where you're kind of just like stuck holding the NFT. On the flip side, with these coins, what they really pioneered was like you did the coin part first. So like that introduced volatility and liquidity. So you went through tons of volatility and liquidity, hell and back. If you're still here, you want to be here. So when the NFT comes out and you like the NFTs, you're gonna grab one, and that
Right.
will kind of be more like your identity
Right.
in the community. And it's not more so like playing for gain or like you have a community falling apart surrounded by the NFT,
Yeah.
and just because it was liquid and now it's not liquid, it's like you already got all those problems solved out with having the coin first. The people that are still here around for the NFT part, like they they want to be here because and it also allowed like broad participation because the coins are real focal points and always has always been so to me.
Yeah.
So like if you can't afford an NFT, it's like you're not locked not it's not gate caps, you're locked out. You could buy one penny of SPX if you want to, and now you're an SPX.
Right.
So the coin also like broadened out who can participate within the community, which allows it to scale.
Exactly.
And that's something super unique. And like another reason why like coins like SPX, like they're not just like an average like coin. Like this didn't really exist before these three coins. Like for Bitcoin, it was Frodo's like Mog. It wasn't officially Remilio, but like it's a Remilio coin. I mean, that was pretty obvious. It's literally Milady OG and Remilio. I know it was the Remilio coin for Remilios. And then SPX initially it was Milady, but then it transitioned to Aeons when we have Aeons.
Um, two more questions about the NFTs. How do they? I kind of get what you mean by how pivotal the coin is, and what makes and why that's real good for for building a community. Anybody can participate. It's easy to. How do the does the NFT help the coin? I think that's where sometimes I get a little lost. I get how the coin can help the NFT for sure. How does the
Mhm.
NFT help the coin?
I just again like I just go back. I how I view the NFTs are like I don't know if the NFTs are kind of there for like people that really love SP like are really diehard SPX fans
Yep.
and like it's your identity. It's like your community identity.
So that's okay. So
Yeah,
okay, it's a way to express your
it's
love
like
for
yeah,
it.
it's
Yeah.
like yeah, it's like I mean I don't know about I'm not an NFT guy. I don't know about utility and stuff. Like I just have no. That's not my sphere.
Right.
Uh, but to me, as a non NFT guy, that's how it always was. It's like this is my Aeon, and my Aeon is me. And like I'm video chatting with you on this Aeon.
Right. Okay.
People would
That makes
think about
sense.
base when people if you tell if you think people think about base now, they think about this Aeon,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely. Yep. Yep.
And that's how I think. That's how I. That's my personal belief how people should view Aeons.
Gotcha. That makes sense. What do you think about the Aeon Builder that Mike recently made? Or are you aware of that?
I'm not aware of it.
Okay, so he made a website where you can basically customize, use all the different traits, and just create anything, any type of Aeon, like even stuff I think that wasn't released or something. Or you could just press random and it randomly picks stuff, and people can use it as their PFP. So it's not a part of the official NFT collection or anything,
Mhm.
but it's just
It's almost
like
like an Aeon, you can Aeonify or something.
it's an Aeon maker, and it's like you can make a very unique Aeon instead of people like borrowing them or just using them. Say, hey, you can just make your own, and it's just like it's a different one, but not a part of the official collection. What do you think about that?
That's kind of cool, I guess. I mean,
Several people have been using it. I've noticed.
yeah. I mean, I think a diehard NFT person would be like, "Oh well, it's not an Aeon, right?"
Yeah,
I don't know. It just to me that just shows me you want an Aeon, you can't afford it, and like this is your alternative,
right,
and like you love SPX so much you wish you were able to afford an Aeon.
right,
So like I don't know, that's good. It sounds like good to me. All I care is that you love SPX.
right. Yeah, I agree. I didn't know. I didn't know if you saw. I've seen some pushback to it, but yeah, I have your view on it. I think it's
Because
cool.
again, with my Aeons, I'm like price agnostic to them. Like I do not care. Like I
Right.
like them.
Right.
You know?
I think the people who care are the people who are obsessed with the price of them.
Yeah.
So, which I don't even.
Because again, I've never been an NFT guy. I've never been an NFT like trader or investor.
Right.
I
But
never viewed it as that.
if
I've viewed it.
even if you looked at it from the lens of an NFT investor, sure, somebody can create a random Aeon, but that's not the picture. Literally, the picture itself is not what gives it its value. What
It's
gives it
still
its
not. It's still not an Aeon. It's not
exactly,
Aeon stamped on the blockchain.
exactly. That's but it's bullish for it, in my opinion. If you want to look at purely just is it bullish for Aeon NFTs, I think it is because it promotes Aeons. It promotes the use of them. It gives them wider appeal, and more people would get interested in them. I don't know. I think it's
That's I see what you're saying.
yeah.
It
I
like
think
almost
it's
like it proliferates the Aeon,
I
even if it's not an Aeon, it proliferates Aeons
right
indirectly,
right
so that people are curious about what is this. They look up Aeon.
exactly yeah. If anything, it's I think it's awesome for people to make for people who can't afford them, and I think it's good for the NFT collection. So I don't people who are complaining about it. I just think are not thinking it through.
Yeah, or they bought Aeons hoping to trade them.
And it didn't do it's not where they want it to be or something.
Yeah,
Because you can always, I mean, somebody can right click and save yours and use it without you telling you. I mean, that's not the point of owning an NFT entirely. It's not literally just a PFP. That's part of it, but I mean, nobody's stopping somebody from using it. No, everybody would know that's not real, but some people may not. You know what I mean? But
mm,
so, it's also just the point is it's also like the collectability from it being on the blockchain, the provenance to it, and all of that stuff that goes
yeah,
along with being an NFT.
yeah, definitely.
I'm into collectibles. I'm super like I collect PSA Pokemon cards. I collect graded video games. I'm a very much into collectibles, so NFTs make total sense to me. Like I
Yeah,
totally get them. I mean, you have to know which ones to buy.
I'm starting to learn about like after Aeons, it started making more sense because I guess maybe that's the first one that I ever like liked.
Right.
So
I mean, that makes sense. That's
it's like I
fair.
wouldn't want a picture of this Aeon. I want ownership of this on the blockchain, and it's mine.
Yes. Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, that's cool. For sure. Um, two more questions. How bullish are you?
How bullish am I?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that? Just like generally on the market?
No, on SPX.
Oh, I'm very bullish in SPX. Like I was saying before, like I think fundamentally it's like very undervalued compared to where you compare like our almost like our base now, our base holders and what they've been doing for the growth
Yep.
and how many are sticky, like really sticky. I think it's super undervalued.
Well, and I guess since you are a I mean, it sounds like you know a lot about the market and all that liquidity and stuff. I guess I will ask you about overall market. I don't normally do that, but you seem like you know a lot about it. So, how do you feel about the overall market?
I mean, I'm bullish on the market personally, but like um it'd be nice to get some momentum back. It's been a while since we had momentum. It's been a very tricky cycle.
Yep.
Like I don't even want to call it cycle. I don't even want to say use this word cycle because like it hasn't really been a traditional cycle, the institutional bid. I mean, if you really look across the market, right? Anything that doesn't have a DAT for flow or an ETF that's
Yep.
like pretty much been in a bear market for 10 months. And yeah, I mean, you can say, well, SPX has performed very well, but like it has its range for a year.
Yeah. Technically,
Like
yeah.
SPX revalued, right? It like revalued to a new floor,
Yep.
and it's been ranging on that new floor. It's just a range.
Right.
So
Right.
like the only things that have actually like increased in price have been things with ETF flow or DAT flow. Yeah.
Interesting. Hmm. Do you
I
do
mean,
you
generally, I am bullish. I like risk assets. Generally, I'm bullish. Equities, I'm bullish. I think like earnings are. I think we're starting to get to the point where we're having a little more debt fuel growth for some of this capex spend, but like that's only like starting. I don't think that's really been going on at a dangerous level.
okay? Some people are not gonna have a clue what you just said. Can you
Oh,
maybe explain that?
so like all this AI spend and the build out for infrastructure,
Okay.
primarily it's all been funded by free cash flow, so not debt.
Okay.
People have been funding it with earnings that gets translated into like money and cash,
Sure.
and then using that cash to buy this infrastructure. That's a healthy situation.
Okay, so that's what you're
It's starting to
thinking.
get
Okay,
to the point. It's starting to get to the point where like there are some companies that are like now leveraging themselves to do so. So like they're
gotcha.
taking out loans and debt
That's not
to
good.
build
Yeah,
out. But we just entered that part, and that's when a bubble can really happen. Like, I don't think like a lot of the rally in equities has been A, positioning driven, and then B, earnings driven. And the breadth
gotcha.
hasn't been very wide. It hasn't been very all encompassing. It's just like wherever the earnings growth is, that's what's been driving performance. You can relate that to crypto too, right? Like I said, like SPX, like sure it's not in a bear market range per se, but like it is one of the only coins that's been driving growth, right? Like fundamentally, like not even being biased, you can
Yeah,
see it, and so that's like you've seen it relate to how prices acted versus some other things that have not been like driving growth. And that's why I think like it is like when we're like my view is very similar to Murad that like
yeah.
you have to stop hoping for alt seasons and you have to stop hoping for broad.
So like, if you're holding some random layer too, you better get the fuck out. Is would
Yeah,
be
you
your
have to actually be
advice.
smart. You have to like understand. Like, you have to actually use your brain to like make money now. You can't just like you can't just like hold everything and be like, whoa. So not it's not Delta coins. That time is gone, man. Delta coin is no longer. We're not in that era anymore.
Yeah.
Stocks aren't like that either.
Right.
There are plenty of stocks that have done super bad this year.
Yep.
It's really been a stock picker's market. It's been a coin picker's market.
Right. Do you think the traditional cycle's dead?
I never really believe. So like, I never really been a believer in traditional cycle on a timing basis.
Okay.
People are like, "Oh, well, it's magical clock tick, so it's over now."
Right.
Okay, well, if you like judge based on a myriad of other factors, others BTC, alts BTC, like other signals, right? Like the only thing that would be at this time is different is time, and
True.
everything else would say almost literally everything else would say if it's the end of the cycle, quote unquote, that means this time is different. So you can't pick and choose your this times are different. It's either this time is different or it's not different.
Right.
And the one factor that wouldn't be different is time, but everything else would be different. I'm a believer of more like it's driven a lot by macro, much more by macro. Like the bottom in 2023 was very clear. Um, bottom in stocks was clear because we started pumping fiscal liquidity in the equity markets. Um, and then China started easing and pumping liquidity and pumping liquidity, and then crypto bottomed after that. That's when Bitcoin broke out of its 30K range and went
Right.
on a big bull run.
Yep.
And then since China stopped easing in 2024, I think it was around June, you felt like more weakness in the market since then. I think people underestimate the role that Asian liquidity plays in markets. Um, but it's still there, just not like as present as it was. But that's when it changed. And I think like, the market got a little weak off the tariff news because like the the relationship and how that affects liquidity between like the US and China, if there's some kind of rift, it can be harmful for liquidity. So like you kind of seen things get a little weak. But if there's a resolution on that, then we could regain strength. And I think we're already starting to a little bit.
So you do believe in cycles, you just don't believe in necessarily a magical time
The
associated
credit
with it.
cycle, the credit cycle and the
Right.
business cycle are typically 4 to 5 years.
Right.
Crypto cycles typically have also been 4 years or so. That's because of the business cycle that's typically 4 years. That's how I view it. It's
That
just
makes
always
sense.
always it always lines up with the business cycle.
Just happened to be
Crypto
that way.
is the most it's a leading asset. It's the most sensitive to liquidity changes. Like it leads stocks, doesn't follow stocks. It's like it's the first to go down, the first to go up. So like that's why I don't believe necessarily in the timestamp of cycles as like post halving this amount of time exists. I believe in the timing of like the credit cycle and the business cycle,
Yeah,
and that's just always so happened to line up with crypto cycles.
that makes sense to me. Yeah, that makes sense to
And
me.
now we're about to actually have expansion in the business cycle, not contraction.
Yeah, I
The
don't.
economy's starting to reaccelerate.
Okay. See, I don't actually understand the stuff that well. I know a lot of what you're saying. I listen to Raoul Powell and
Oh, he's really good.
yeah, I think he's and what's that other guy that helps him all the time? Ooh, I can't think of his
Oh,
name.
Julius.
Yeah, yeah, I think's his name. He's I think he's from Switzerland or I don't remember, but anyways, I listen to them. I listen to Raw Powell religiously, or I used to when I used to focus on that more. But so I've got like let's say I got like a an armchair quarterback kind of view of it. So I kind of understand what you're saying. But that's my point is it sounds a lot like what his view as well.
Yeah, I think we're on the same page.
So you work at a hedge fund? Is that what you said?
No, not right now. Right now, I'm actually not working.
Oh, okay, cool.
But yeah, I worked at fund, like I worked at not I worked at hedge fund before, but my last job was a lot long only.
It was what again?
A long only fund. It's just not called a hedge fund, so you don't short.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
gotcha. Oh, I got you. I got you. Okay, I got you.
yeah, because hedge funds are like hedged, so
Right,
they
right,
run a
right.
long and short book.
Gotcha, gotcha. That makes sense.
A
Cool.
lot less stressful, not shorting.
Shorting is that's way more difficult.
I hate shorting. I never do it.
Yeah,
I don't know why anybody does it. It just like I get like retail likes to do it, so play level or whatever. But like it's just so dangerous, man.
yeah.
I mean, you saw what happened on the flash crash on 1010, but like that can happen on the up. That if that happens on the short, if that okay, that's a perfect example. That happening on the long side, you lose everything.
Yeah,
It happens on the short side, you go into debt.
right.
That's a lot worse than losing everything. Like that's how
True.
like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
because you're using borrow collateral, you're borrowing collateral. So like the higher it goes, if that whole functionality stopped, if that system broke the way it broke for the long side, if that broke for the short side, like that would be really dangerous if you're short.
yeah. True.
It could ruin your life.
It ruined a lot of people's life the other way too.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
I got really hit by that.
oh, did you?
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that.
It's all right. I mean, like I've gone drained too. I'd rather lose that way than get drained because at least like you lost and it's your fault because you took risk. Like getting drained is like way worse.
Oh yeah, it just sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, you're getting your money stolen from you. It just pisses you off.
Yeah. It's not like wow, I made a mistake. Well, you made a mistake by clicking the link, but like that aside, it's like I didn't, I didn't, I'm, I didn't lose because of my own decision, my own decision making.
Right. Well, and so this. Oh, sorry, we're going down a tangent again, but the
I have ADD. I don't know if that
no, it's
was
good.
cool.
I'm glad. I like that the conversation's just flowing, and you know a lot about this. So I try not to go too market heavy, but I do. I think you actually know a lot about it, so it's. I think it's productive. Um, the so you do a lot of trading. To you said you try to find ways to stack more SPX. Is that kind of what you meant? You do trading to try to get more SPX, or is that what you kind of meant, or no?
Yeah.
Stop trading and believe in something, trade and buy more SPX.
Yeah. You can mean trade to buy our SPX or don't trade at all. And
that's
just,
that's just funny. I actually talked to somebody else, Ifty. They do options trading or something for a living, and I just think it's funny. He's in the community, but stop trading, believe in something, trading to I don't know. just think it's funny.
Yeah, but even as a trader, you have to like compartmentalize like
Right.
trading and investing are different things.
Yeah.
Like totally different things. Like SPX was an investment. Is an investment.
Is that like how you're making a living right now? When you say you're not working, or you just
Currently this year, yeah, it's been
so you've been trading to make that is how you're making your living essentially.
yeah.
Cool. Um,
I
interesting.
mean, I'm gonna start looking for a job again soon, but I don't know. I was just tired, man.
Need some time off.
Yeah.
It's fair. That's fair. I'm lucky.
And
I
then my industry, it's like really hard to find jobs during the year.
really.
It's like easier to find jobs around this time.
You have to go into the office.
Oh, I did before, yeah.
Ugh.
I probably will again.
I fucking. I've been working from home since the pandemic started, March or April, whenever that was, March 2020. And I don't think I'd ever work in an office ever again. I don't
Yeah.
literally don't think I can do it. I'm too spoiled now. So
Dude, there's nothing worse than working in the office, man. It's just
it's
like
horrible.
it's just awful. You're just sitting there, you're like, why am I here?
It's not useful. You don't need
It's
to
not
be
useful.
there.
I feel less productive. I get because I
Yes.
have ADD, I
Yeah.
get distracted when it's dead silent. I don't get more productive when it's dead silent. So when it's like dead silent, you can hear a pin drop, and like I'm just sitting at this desk. I'm like, I can't do anything. I can't do work like this.
It's also just horrible. It's just horrible. It's just awful, especially if you work in a cubicle format. Oh
Yeah,
God.
and like, why do they all have cubicles, man? Like, and they always position you so that your bosses are behind you. It's like, come on, dude, really?
Oh God.
So like, I feel like someone's watching, literally watching my shoulder, like all the time.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I love my bosses though. They have like the PMs I work for are amazing people, really smart. Learned a lot from them.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
It's nothing worse than a bad boss.
I've had a bad boss. I agree, man.
I have
That's
too.
nothing worse than a bad boss, like for real.
It's just awful. It's
Especially when you
oh
contribute a lot and add a lot of value, and then you're just like get screwed. It's just like,
yeah,
come on, dude. Like, do you really have to be like an asshole?
yeah. It's a yeah. I think that's some people's life goals to make people miserable. Um, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Uh, and then those are the ones who get in a position of power too, because they're cutthroat like that. But um, any final thoughts?
no, I mean, I don't know. I think one of the SPS. I think SPS is like one of the best coins out there in the market. I just think everything it encompasses, everything it stands for, um, the people, the decentralized community, all the way to like legitimately a fundamental basis. It's just like the best coin on the market. I don't know. I don't know how else to explain it.
Yeah, I agree. We're just waiting for more to agree, and then the real fun happens, which I think is coming.
Yeah,
But I think it's
and
just
I'm really happy to
obvious,
be able to have seen like a lot of it. Like I have, it's it's a pretty cool experience.
right? Yeah, it's unlike anything else, man. Unlike anything else, it's truly new and fun to be a part of.
Yeah, and all the new people that come in and really contribute a lot. Like it's just always the most. SPX just has this habit of attracting like really amazing people.
Yeah, I think that's why it'll stand the test of time. Because I think good people attract good people, then they attract good people, and it's got a good self filtering mechanism.
Yeah, completely agree.
Well, yeah, it's awesome that you're still here from day two. That's pretty incredible. That you're still an admin in TG,
Yeah,
which is cool, and you're still very active in the community. You talked to me for 2.5 hours, which is kind of crazy considering we've never spoken before. Um, that's the other.
SPX, dude.
What was that again?
That's the power of SPX.
Dude, yeah, man. Yeah, yeah, it's really crazy. Yeah, I talked to Space about 2.5 hours as well. Hype for over 2 hours. The OG conversations tend to go longer. I think it's because y'all have a lot to say because y'all have more experience, and I have a lot of questions to ask you too, to be honest. But um, so I really have enjoyed it. I'm glad you agreed to come on. You reached out to me, which is right. I think you did, which was
Yeah.
amazing. That was so cool. Thank you for doing that too, by the way.
Yeah, I saw Hype's interview and I was like, all right, well, they kind of gave me confidence to do it. Like, if they're gonna
Oh,
do it. I could do it too.
let's get more.
I'll step up. I'll step up, and I'm willing to. So it seemed like a cool conversation to have. Maybe that encourages other people to do so as well.
Yeah. Let's get more people. So I like to sprinkle in some OG conversations. I've had three pretty close, but the more the better. And I'll always talk to a mix of newer, and so on. This everybody passionate about SPX. So yeah, and if anybody here is listening and does want to be on, definitely feel free to reach out and ask. I have more people interested, so it's a little bit harder, but I will definitely make sure to try to get you on if you want to be. Um, so I do appreciate you coming on. Like I said, it's been awesome. I know that the community is going to love listening to you and your insight. Thank you to everyone who's still listening. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps the channel out a lot. I'll provide the link to BasedGod's X account. Until next time, persist forever, Aeons.
It's just forever.